This is the University of Tampa. UT students travel from across the nation and around the globe to join a dynamic learning community. There are 150 academic programs, continuing studies for non-traditional students, and a highly ranked graduate school. Academic opportunities are extensive and rigorous, but this mid-sized residential campus retains a welcoming feel. With a student-faculty ratio of 16:1, students benefit from direct interaction with expert faculty, a faculty that is passionate about teaching and mentoring. Outside the classroom, UT enjoys a unique environment. Plant Hall, a National Historic Landmark, is surrounded by modern and historic buildings on 105 acres. UT's beautiful downtown riverfront setting offers a gateway to the heart of a vibrant city. Students are within walking distance of jobs and internships, and the recreational opportunities are endless, both off campus and on campus. Students live in upscale residence halls and enjoy diverse activities, including performing arts, guest lectures, nearly 200 clubs and organizations, and a nationally ranked NCAA Division II athletics program. The UT experience begins with an innovative first-year program and continues with opportunities to challenge yourself in the honors program, to study abroad, to conduct research with faculty, to do an internship, to volunteer in the community, or to participate in multiple leadership programs. Explore your dreams, discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Tucker Whitman and I'm a junior marketing major here at UT. Today we're going to look at some of the highlights of our beautiful Riverside campus here in downtown Tampa. We'll start at Plant Hall. This historic building was opened in 1891 as the Tampa Bay Hotel and now serves as the main academic building here at UT, with 4 floors of classrooms as well as faculty and administrative offices. Next up, the Vaughn Center, the hub of campus life and activities. This multi-purpose building includes the campus bookstore, our primary cafeteria plus an additional food court, a theater, as well as offices and meeting rooms for student organizations. The Vaughn Center is also one of UT's residence halls, providing 5 floors of student rooms. Morsani Hall is another residence hall here at UT. In addition to housing approximately 450 students, this building offers another selection of eateries as well as a small grocery store. Now let's check out the Sykes College of Business. This academic building houses classrooms and faculty offices for UT's undergrad and graduate business students. This building also has a real-time stock trading room. Right next door is the Sykes Chapel for Faith and Values. This gorgeous interfaith chapel features a large main hall complete with a massive pipe organ, as well as meditation rooms and meeting rooms. Student healthcare is a major priority for us here at UT. The Dickey Health and Wellness Center is accessible to all students and provides high-quality services including basic medical care, counseling, and wellness programs. On the east side of campus, you'll find the McDonald-Kelsey Library. Here, students can learn from a large collection of books, periodicals, and digital databases. They can also take advantage of our numerous study rooms and computers. The Academic Success Center is another great resource for students. This is your one-stop shop for academic advising, coaching, and tutoring services. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just want to shoot some hoops, the athletic facilities here at UT are hard to beat. The Bob Martinez Athletic Center includes a large gymnasium, a weight room, and training facilities. In addition, the campus features an aquatic center open year-round, 6 tennis courts, baseball and softball fields, a 1,500-seat stadium, as well as a lacrosse field and intramural complex. Need a break from studying? Head to Falk Theater and catch a play. This 1,000-seat historic theater serves as a home for all major performances made by UT's Department of Speech, Theater and Dance, as well as special guests. This is one of UT's newest facilities, the Innovation and Collaboration Building. Here you will find UT's very own Starbucks. In addition, classrooms, cybersecurity labs, study lounges, and the Loth Entrepreneurship Center, designed for student entrepreneurs to launch their startups. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video tour of UT, we'd love to give you one in person. For more information or to schedule a campus visit, go to ut.edu.
Our primary concern is making UT accessible to deserving students, and then ensuring their academic progress, personal development, and career readiness. Your support ensures that a UT education remains within reach to exceptional students from across a wide economic spectrum. Currently, 92% of UT's almost 9,000 students receive financial assistance. The Creating Tomorrow campaign is committed to increase student financial aid and academic program development. UT's strong experiential learning program is nationally recognized for the variety and number of experiences that shape our students' lives.
My UT scholarships are important because they allow me to focus on my studies and my future without the burden of financial struggles. I am currently a senior and have plans to attend law school next fall. This dream is possible because of the scholarships I've been awarded. Receiving financial aid has given me the time to compete on the cross-country team, become involved in student government, and to volunteer in the community. Each year, my scholarships have motivated me to achieve more academically. Thank you for believing in me.
Creating Tomorrow supports an innovative campus that reflects our defining value of educational excellence. We have always considered our campus setting as a resource.
1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, 4.
Just another ordinary day at UT. This is the University of Tampa. UT students travel from across the nation and around the globe to join a dynamic learning community. There are 150 academic programs, continuing studies for non-traditional students, and a highly ranked graduate school. Academic opportunities are extensive and rigorous, but this mid-sized residential campus retains a welcoming feel. With a student-faculty ratio of 16:1, students benefit from direct interaction with expert faculty, a faculty that is passionate about teaching and mentoring. Outside the classroom, UT enjoys a unique environment. Plant Hall, a National Historic Landmark, is surrounded by modern and historic buildings on 105 acres. UT's beautiful downtown riverfront setting offers a gateway to the heart of a vibrant city. Students are within walking distance of jobs and internships, and the recreational opportunities are endless, both off-campus and on campus. Students live in upscale residence halls and enjoy diverse activities, including performing arts, guest lectures, nearly 200 clubs and organizations, and a nationally ranked NCAA Division II athletics program. The UT experience begins with an innovative first-year program and continues with opportunities to challenge yourself in the honors program, to study abroad, to conduct research with faculty, to do an internship, to volunteer in the community, or to participate in multiple leadership programs. Explore your dreams, discover your talents, Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
No, usually it's in February. February or March.
Welcome to the University of Tampa. My name is Tucker Whitman and I'm a junior marketing major here at UT. Today we're going to look at some of the highlights of our beautiful Riverside campus here in downtown Tampa. We'll start at Plan Hall. This historic building was opened in 1891 as the Tampa Bay Hotel and now serves as the main academic building here at UT, with 4 floors of classrooms as well as faculty and administrative offices. Next up, the Vaughn Center, the hub of campus life and activities. This multi-purpose building includes the campus bookstore, our primary cafeteria plus an additional food court, a theater, as well as offices and meeting rooms for student organizations. The Vaughn Center is also one of UT's residence halls, providing 5 floors of student rooms. Morsani Hall is another residence hall here at UT. In addition to housing approximately 450 students, this building offers another selection of eateries as well as a small grocery store. Now let's check out the Sykes College of Business. This academic building houses classrooms and faculty offices for UT's undergrad and graduate business students. This building also has a real-time stock trading room. Right next door is the Sykes Chapel for Faith and Values. This gorgeous interfaith chapel features a large main hall complete with a massive pipe organ, as well as meditation rooms and meeting rooms. Student healthcare is a major priority for us here at UT. The Dickey Health and Wellness Center is accessible to all students and provides high-quality services including basic medical care, counseling, and wellness programs. On the east side of campus, you'll find the McDonald-Kelsey Library. Here, students can learn from a large collection of books, periodicals, and digital databases. They can also take advantage of our numerous study rooms and computers. The Academic Success Center is another great resource for students. This is your one-stop shop for academic advising, coaching, and tutoring services. Whether you're a seasoned athlete or just want to shoot some hoops, the athletic facilities here at UT are hard to beat. The Bob Martinez Athletic Center includes a large gymnasium, a weight room, and training facilities. In addition, the campus features an aquatic center open year-round, 6 tennis courts, baseball and softball fields, a 1,500-seat stadium, as well as a lacrosse field and intramural complex. Need a break from studying? Head to Falk Theater and catch a play. This 1,000-seat historic theater serves as a home for all major performances made by UT's Department of Speech, Theater and Dance, as well as special guests. This is one of UT's newest facilities, the Innovation and Collaboration Building. Here you will find UT's very own Starbucks. In addition, classrooms, cybersecurity labs, study lounges, and the Loth Entrepreneurship Center, designed for student entrepreneurs to launch their startups. Thanks for joining me today. If you enjoyed this video tour of UT, we'd love to give you one in person. For more information or to schedule a campus visit, go to ut.edu.
Champions know how to seize opportunities. When they see moments of greatness unfold right before their eyes, they push as hard as they possibly can, and then they push harder. Because the heart of a champion never settles, never quits, and never stops giving its all. We are champions. We are Division II. We go big, we give it everything we've got, and we win. On the field, on our campuses, in our communities, for our causes, in our careers. We rise to become champions in everything we do. We are Division II and there are no limits here. We make our time count. We set our own path. We become champions on our terms. It's time to up your game because we're here to play and learn. But most importantly, we're here to discover ourselves. Our vision, our heart, our drive to achieve every goal we aim for because we want to be champions at the highest level, life. At Division II, the opportunities are here. Are you ready?
University of Tampa. It's getting redundant with Tampa here, but the Tampa Spartans will take on the Lynn Fighting Knights in Sunshine State Conference baseball. The Spartans come in with a 10-2 record overall, 9-1 in Sunshine State Conference play. Lynn has played a lot of games, 19 games already this year. They are 6-13 overall, 5-10 in the Sunshine State Conference. Tampa number 1 in the conference, followed by Berry at 7-3, and Tampa's the winningest team in the conference, though Florida Southern also with 9 wins in conference play with 5 losses, though. These two teams played on Thursday. The way the conference is scheduling series this year is on Thursday they will play at one of the places. So on Thursday, Tampa went to Lynn and played the Fighting Knights down there. Tampa won that game 11-3. Then they take a day off and go to the other team's field and play a doubleheader on Saturday. And that's where we are right now, a doubleheader baseball. It's going to be a 9-inning first game, a 7-inning second game. We hope. We say that all the time with doubleheaders, that please, no extra innings.
No extra innings. Let's go home.
Jack, I take Gebhardt here, and a little bit cloudy. Rain is supposed to come tomorrow and just deluge the Tampa area for about 4 days. So get your mucklucks out and be ready for that. As they're saying, between now and next Wednesday, this coming Wednesday, we could have 4 to 5 inches of rain will have fallen in this area. We need it. I guess we don't need it all at once.
Yeah, that's exactly. We don't need it all at once. It rained pretty hard earlier in the week, but I'm glad to say it's Florida, so it rains once a day, and it's now passing over, and hopefully we have some good baseball here today.
Tate, last time we did a game, the wind was blowing out to left field, and the Spartans took advantage of that, knocked 3 of them out over the park that way, did also put 1 in left field. This time the wind is blowing in. At least when I was walking in, it was blowing in. You never know at this ballpark, so that might knock the ball down a little bit. These two teams, as I mentioned, did play on Thursday, with Tampa winning that game 11-3. Tampa showed some power in that game.
They really did, and honestly, E.J. Cumbo's been on a hot streak, and I really hope he keeps carrying it on. The last, I think that's 3 games I've called, he's hit at least 3 or 4 home runs, and he hit another home run against Lynn there on Thursday. So I'm excited to see what Cumbo and Malcolm do as they both homered on Thursday.
So an 11-3 win in that one. Tampa, as we mentioned, is 9-1 in conference play. Other games in the conference today: Berry is at Nova Southeastern, Florida Tech is at St. Leo, and then Berry and Nova South, and then doubleheaders for those games. So everybody playing doubleheaders now. Tomorrow, Palm Beach Atlantic is at Rollins for a doubleheader with those two teams, as that's just kind of the way the season has been going for everybody. Starting lineups for today's game, we'll get them for you right now for the Lynn Fighting Knights. And Tate, I want you to keep a good look on this. It's such a small font, you may have to tell me where these players are from.
Perfect.
Leading off is number 14, and Larry Cecilio, and he is a
outfielder,
a senior. That is so small. I'm going to get my other stats.
Yeah, if you guys don't know, obviously you can't see what we're looking at. We have a really small font.
That's about a 4-point font, isn't it, at best?
He's from Milford, Pennsylvania. Previous school was...
There's my roster.
I don't even know how to pronounce that. Adelphi University.
Adelphi, there you go. All right, batting second is the center fielder, number 19, Brandon Kruzinski. He is a senior from Schenectady, New York. Batting third is the second baseman, number 10, and that is Byron Murray. He is a junior from Nassau, Bahamas. He's one of there's a couple guys with some power on this team. Murray has 8 home runs on the year already. Batting cleanup is the third baseman, number 33. Number 33 is Braden Forchick. He is a sophomore from Boca Raton, Florida, a hometown player. Batting fifth is the DH, number 24, and that is Daniel Alfonso, a sophomore from Bayside, New York. We're going to take a quick stop of the lineups to get you the national anthem.
You're good.
we're moments away from starting. Tate, one of the good things to see here today is some fans have been allowed into the ballpark, friends and family. Typically, they will see pretty much a packed house when the Spartans play, but this time, 50, 60 people, maybe a little more than that, but it's nice to see some fans in the ballpark.
It feels like nature is healing a little bit. It's nice to see some friendly faces, people eating some hot dogs and some Cracker Jacks, and it should be hopefully a treat for a good game today.
All right, to continue with the starting lineup for Lynn, we mentioned Alfonso is the DH. Batting 6 is the first baseman, number 20, and that is Trevor Romeo. He is a senior from Cresskill, New Jersey. Batting 7th is the left fielder, number 16, Davis Payne, a sophomore from Rexford Christian Brothers Academy. Batting 8th is the catcher, and that is number 31. Number 31 is Peter Avino. He is a freshman from Pembroke Pines, Florida. Batting 9th is the shortstop, number 5, and that is Joseph Encarnacion, a senior from Queens, New York. On the mound is number 10, is the pitcher, number 26, and that is Eric Heater. He is a senior from Monroe, New Jersey. The Knights, Fighting Knights, are coached by longtime coach Rudy Garbalosa, and he is in his 21st year coaching. Assistant coaches are Chris Peprino and Lou Valletta. And asked Coach if he wanted to give a shout-out to anybody watching back home in the Lynn territory, and he said his wife and kids, Christina, Natalie, and Lewis, and also to Tommy Canley, who is with the Los Angeles Dodgers, a former Fighting Knight, and he is in rehab recovering from Tommy John surgery. So shout-out to all those good people he thought might be watching the game today. Starting lineups for the Tampa Spartans. It's pretty much the typical starting lineup that we've seen for a couple games. So the Spartans did not play last week, had another weekend washout. Leading off for the Spartans will be the second baseman, number 14, Nicholas Winkelmeyer, a sophomore from Sarasota, Florida, his first year with the program. Number 41, batting second, and that is, man, we were just talking about E.J. Cumbo, a sophomore from East Meadow, New York, transferred from New York Tech when they disbanded the program, and he was looking for a school, and this was the first place he called. Joe Urso had seen him at the national tournament a year before and was more than happy to get a call from him to come here.
He was on the news this week. I watched it. I believe it was on Florida 8 News, and it was interesting to see. I thought he's been here a while, but no, he transferred from New York, and he's been just absolutely crushing for the Spartans this year.
Batting third for the Spartans is the third baseman, number 2, Drew Earhart. He is a junior from Tampa, Florida. Batting fourth, cleanup, left fielder, number 24, and that is Jamarcus Lyons, a sophomore from Tampa, Florida. We're just about ready for the first pitch. Nelson will have the first pitch for the Spartans, and he'll be firing it away to Cecilio. First pitch, just missing outside. Batting sixth for the Spartans is the DH, number 5. That is Nick Durr. Nick is a senior from Lakewood Ranch, Florida, transferred from Florida State. Batting fifth is their, I forgot a guy, batting fifth is the first baseman, number 23, and that is John Malcolm. There's a ball fouled out of the way. And then Nick Durr is batting sixth. Batting seventh, the shortstop, number 11, and that is J.D. Urso, a freshman from Tampa, Florida. Batting eighth is the catcher, number 25, Luke McDonald. He is a sophomore from Staten Island, New York. And batting ninth is the center fielder, number 6, and that is Jose Cadenas, a junior from Tampa, Florida. Ball bouncing foul down the third base line. Just to give you an idea here, we have one camera set up here. It's right in front of me, so obscures my vision a little bit, but it's the only camera we have. It doesn't move left or right. So Tate and Jose, you guys jump in if I say it went the wrong place.
Sure.
We're not able to move it left or right because we just have limited space here, so you will lose the ball going into the corners. Nice scoop by McDonald there. And as I mentioned, pitching for the Spartans is number 32, and that is Braden Nelson, I should say, a junior from Brecksville, Ohio, and he started his career at St. Bonaventure University. 1 hopper stop. Nelson coming into today this is his 5th appearance. This is his 5th start. Has a 2-0 record, 18 innings pitched so far, given up 21 hits, 9 runs, 7 of them earned, walked 6, struck out 14, and has an ERA of 3.44. As we mentioned, the first game of this series was actually on Thursday. Typically, in a normal year, they'll play a Friday night single game and then a doubleheader on Saturday. Whoa, just a little bit inside for the walk.
Nelson seems to be trying to use an off speed. It's been a little off. Hopefully he gets under control here in a second.
So Cecilio gets a leadoff walk. I bring this up every year, and people are probably sick of me for saying it, but there's an old kind of saying or feeling in baseball that a leadoff walk scores an inordinate more amount of times than any other way of getting on first base. Coaches will tell you a leadoff walk will score 2/3 of the time it get on base. There's just something they say deflating about it. Well, you know what the research says about a leadoff walk?
What?
It doesn't score any more often than any other way of getting on first base.
Baseball has one thing.
Whether you get a base hit, an error, anything like that, if you get on first, you score about 33% of the time. Kruzinski at the plate, sees one high. Thanks for joining us here on a warm day here in Tampa. A little bit overcast. Nelson with a throw over, checks him back. 82 degrees right now here in Tampa. You look at the rain schedule for this week. Tomorrow, 50% chance of rain. Monday, 90%. Tuesday, 100%. Wednesday, 70%. So, as we mentioned, they're expecting a lot of rain. They didn't say it would rain all day, but they said a lot of storms will be blowing through and dumping some heavy amounts.
Make sure you get your rain jackets out this week.
Yeah. Fortunately, we shouldn't have no trouble getting this game in. Shows bunt, throw over.
Playing a little bit of cat and mouse game here early.
No, he's given him the B move twice, so he's just letting him know he's aware of him, apparently.
Keeping him honest.
Let's see what the stats show. Shows bunt high again. Boy, Nelson, that time after he threw it, he looked at his fingers like he just isn't getting the right grip on the ball. Cecilio has
0 stolen bases on my stat sheet. So
yeah, same here.
That's interesting.
They are not, if you look at the stat sheet, though, they are not a team prone to stealing, though.
None at all.
3 guys have 2 stolen bases to lead the team. Ball high again. Back-to-back walks, not the best start. And Joe Urso immediately sends people down to the bullpen, and Sam Militello coming out to make the courtesy call to Nelson. Luke McDonald coming over too.
I'm always interested how coaches handle this type of situation, because it can be very deflating for a pitcher when you get pulled early in a game like this. So I wonder how you handle their confidence. But again, if you walk someone else and the bases are loaded with no outs here early in the first inning, you have to make a call.
No, he's not missing close.
Yeah, that's the thing that I think that's bothering them.
Yeah. You have to wonder, and I know I talked to Joe Urso about it briefly, just getting ready to play, then it's canceled. They lose a whole weekend. They haven't played for 2 weeks. They can't get into a routine, and they can't get game competition.
Yeah. Because there's only so much camaraderie you can build outside the field, and then once you bring it on the field, there's a separate chemistry that they need to build, and it's just been tough for everybody. Pitchers are used to pitching every Friday, and then they're not, and then now you're pitching Thursday, now you're pitching Saturday.
Wow. Byron Murray to the plate, 309 hitter on the year. Cecilio, who's now on second base, leads this team with 9 home runs. That's why he doesn't steal bases. He's circling them most of the time. Murray with 8 home runs. The Spartans, Tampa Spartans, have 11 home runs on the year as a team.
Wow.
Now, granted, they've only played 12 games.
This is also
but
true.
Lynn has 30 home runs on the year in 19 games, so about 1.5 home runs a game. Swing and a miss.
That might be why you also see 2 scouts in the crowd here today.
See some pop in the bat. So Nelson just needs to throw strikes, get his confidence, let his fielders make the plays. So we mentioned Murray, a .309 hitter. Just missing high outside. Forchek on deck. You know, the overall batting average, not all that great for Lynn, 257 on the year, but you look at the top of the order, you know, 389 for Cecilio. There's a fly ball, taking him deep. Cadenas coming over in center field, makes the catch, runner tags, here's the throw. He's going to beat it. Runners both advance, second and third now with 1 out. Pretty good ride on that ball. More hang time than anything is probably what kept it in the park. Murray was looking to make it a 3-0 game on his 9th homer. Ends up being a long sac fly.
Like you were saying, Jack, the top of the lineup really is crushing the ball this year for the Lynn Knights. Cecilio is batting .389. And then I believe Forchek is also .366, Murray .309, and then Larson .300. So the top of the order is really...
This is Forchek. Now with runners in scoring position, 1 out. Spartans playing normal depth. One thing I think the Spartans proved on Thursday is, you know, go ahead and try to take the lead. We're going to score a lot. Spartans went up against the ace of the Lynn staff, Macilio, and hit him for 11 hits and 6 runs in that 11-3 win. And he was out after 4 1/3 innings.
Now, who gets to decide the doubleheader inning schedule? Is it the
9 and 7?
Yes.
Conference.
Yep. Okay, so it's not like the home head coach or anything like that? Nope. Okay.
A couple years ago, it used to be 7 and 7. And then I thought they went to 9 and 9, and they're like, we're playing till midnight. So now it's 9 and 7.
Okay.
Nelson in the stretch, looks at the runners. Looks good, call strike. 3-1. Doesn't want to load him up. Setting the Spartans forward, you've got Nelson on the mound, McDonald at first base, Malcolm I must say McDonald behind the plate. Malcolm is at first, Winkelmeyer is at second, Earhart at third, swing and a miss, 3-2. Urso is at shortstop, and then Lyons, Cadenas, and Cumbo left, center, and right. (3-2), Forchek at the plate. Pops it up, foul out of play.
If you're driving on Cass Street, watch out.
Yeah,
you
heads
guys
up.
got yourself a souvenir.
Didn't hear anything. We talked about that last game, as that one probably landed on Cass, which is a street that borders the third baseline.
Wonder if one of those college kids riding those scooters might have dodged a baseball.
That'll wake you up. 3-2 again. Swing and a miss, big strikeout. 2 down now.
That strikeout was huge as a fly ball within the inning.
That'll bring Alfonso to the plate. Daniel Alfonso coming in at .238 average on the year. Cecilio on third. Krasinski on second. Got on by a walks. Catches the outside corner. Good framing by McDonald.
Looks like he settled down here, relaxed a bit.
Probably just the excitement of the game, finally pitching, just overthrowing.
People in the stands.
Seeing people watching him, yeah. That looks good because his numbers are good this year. He's getting his 6+ innings every start.
When he seems to be locating, he seems to be doing a good job. It's just, I think it's a little bit nerves.
Oh-2 pitch. Made it look good, but just a little bit outside. 1-2. One ball, 2 strikes. Off speed, stays high. 2-2. Romeo on deck. Fouled off, stays 2-2. Tate, you haven't done the requisite. Isn't this a great skyline shot here?
It is, yeah. No, I don't want to annoy people too much, but every time I see this view, it's really pretty. I like the whole city skyline with the palm trees. Fun fact, the tall, long palm trees I learned are $10,000 each.
Wow.
The only reason I was told that was our tuition went up this year.
So we have none of those in our house.
We were sending an email saying tuition would go up 1.8%, and I believe it's the palm tree tax, as my friends like to call it. So
that was a ball, 3-2 with 2 out. Got ahead 0-2, now is set up a full count.
Pretty big pitch here early on in the game.
Fouled back. Nice job by Alfonso staying alive there. Spartans playing him straight away.
Left and center playing back. Right field seems a little bit more up.
He said softball depth.
Yeah.
Cumbo is. The pitch. Fouled off down the line again. This one heading toward the dorms.
I don't think anybody's going to be watching from the dorms today, as this is a pseudo Gasparilla of sorts. People are out partying all day, pretending to be pirates, Johnny Depp style.
This is the second year Gasparilla has not really been held. That's a big festival in Tampa that attracts, I think they say 250,000 people.
That's a lot of
on
people.
A normal year. Fouled off again.
Fun fact for all you people back home, Gasparilla started in 1904.
1904. It's named after Juan Gaspar, who was a pirate who allegedly sailed in the Gulf of Mexico off of Tampa in the 1800s. And it's Gasparilla. You'll see a lot of people along the shoreline here celebrating. Don't know how many would know why it's called Gasparilla.
I know the mayor does. I believe it's the mayor of Surrender, or he has to walk the plank every year.
Yes.
They have people dressed up.
Did they do that for Jane Castor this year? I don't believe
they did anything this year. This year they believe canceled it. It was rescheduled for next year.
Fouled back, boy. Alfonso doesn't want to go down.
Trash can.
But Nelson keeps giving him pitches. Doesn't want to walk them and load the bases. So a good battle between a good hitter and a good pitcher.
When you're a pitcher, your mindset's just, what else can I throw him? I've shown you everything.
Down the line. Nice catch by Drew Earhart to end the inning. Wow. Drew Earhart plays third base, second base. He's played short. He caught a couple games earlier. We played a half an inning, and it's no score as Lynn leaves 2 on base. Tampa coming to bat.
is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Find out. All right, we get ready for the bottom of the first inning. Tampa coming up, getting out of a little bit of a jam in the top of the first. First two guys got on via walk, and then Braden Nelson was able to get 3 outs, helped out by a tremendous play by Drew Earhart at third base, taking away what would have been a double into the corner, scoring 2 as he jumped high into the air to make the catch. We head to the bottom of the first. The Spartans will send up Winkelmeyer, Cumbo, and Earhart, and on the mound will be
Eric Heater, senior pitcher. He has 5 appearances on the air, 5 games, 1-3 record for himself, 24 innings pitched, 25 hits given up, 19 runs, 18 earned runs given up, 11 walks, 25 strikeouts, strikeouts per 9 innings, 9.38. He's given up 6 home runs on the air, and his ERA stands at 6.75.
First pitch to Nicholas Winkelmeyer is a ball high outside. Lefty against lefty on the first matchup. Third base playing in a little bit, anticipating a possible bunt. Catches the corner for a strike, 1-1. Setting the defensive placement for you will be... Got Romeo at first, Murray at second, Forchik at third, Encarnacion is at shortstop. Payne, Kruzinski, and Cecilio are left, center, and right. Heater's on the mound, and Avino is behind the plate. 2-2 pitch. Stays alive. Winkelmeyer, first year with this program, a sophomore, hitting .368, has been the leadoff hitter most of the year. Ground ball, foul.
A lot of good battles today. I'm excited to see more of it.
Sun poking out a little bit. Cumbo on deck, the pitch. A little bit high, full count.
We'll have to say, Jack, Heater is a great name for a pitcher. Yeah. It really is.
Yeah, you wouldn't want to be called Wilder or something. Well, maybe that would strike some fear. There's a ground ball out to shortstop, fielded by Encarnacion. The throw in time helps to have a tall first baseman in there, Romeo.
I wonder if his girlfriend's name is Juliet.
Could be. E.J. Cumbo to the plate for the Spartans. Talked to E.J. for a few minutes before the game. A great find for the Spartans. As we mentioned, he was at New York Tech, and they basically folded the baseball program after he made All-American, and they made the national tournament. But COVID caused him to shut down last year, and he looked for a new school. He found it, and the first call he made was to Joe Urso, who was more than happy to accept the charges. That's probably an old term, accepting the charges on a phone call. Nobody does that anymore.
I have honestly no idea what you were talking about when you said that.
Used to be, phone calls were expensive.
Okay.
Now you pay for the phone and they don't care who you call.
Yeah, exactly.
So it used to be if you called home, if I called my parents back in Wisconsin, if I talked for 30 minutes, it might cost me $15.
Okay. Wow.
And so, but fouled off.
Oh, off.
I think it might have hit him in the foot. So what I could do is call my parents and say, will you accept the charges? Will you pay for the call? Basically is what I was doing.
Put it on them.
And that's what they mean. If somebody ever says accepting the charges, you're going to pay for this bill. But anyway, E.J. Cumbo said he wanted to give a shout-out to his mom and dad, Susan Carrasco and Frank Cumbo, watching up in New York, where I mentioned there's, I don't know if it'll hit that part of New York, but they're saying 4 to 5 inches of snow up through the northeast this weekend. And he said, better them than me.
Exactly. Anyone watching Major League Baseball, I believe 7 of 15 games have been canceled this week due to rain and snow or cold weather.
That's normal this time of year. Popped foul. That was a Major League pop-up out of play. Every morning I tweet a fact, a Wisconsin sports fact, because I grew up there. And one of my ones last week was the Cleveland Indians, after being snowed out 4 consecutive games in their opening series of the season, booked Miller Park in Milwaukee so they could get their home opener in under the dome.
That's amazing. Can you imagine being that starting pitcher ready to go and there's every day, no, not today, not the next day.
Do you want me to warm up? No, just wait. We'll tell you.
Drink a couple more Red Bulls. Cumbo will not go down.
No, 2-2 pitch. Fouled off again. This is like watching Alfonso, just
battling.
Good hitter, good pitcher. Trying to find the one that'll get him.
There was one in spring training, I believe it was a Mets player, and I can't get the guy's name right, but yeah, it was a 22 pitch at bat.
Oh, an off-speed curveball with the strikeout. Nice pitch.
Good battle by Cumbo nonetheless.
Boy, 22 pitch at bat. If he's doing it these days, he was making sure every fan in attendance got a souvenir.
At that point, if you strike out, you go down not with your head held down. At some point, both the pitcher and the batter look at each other and go, well.
Drew Earhart to the plate for the Spartans. Drew not hitting up to his usual mark at this point in the season. That'll get the average up.
Looks like you jinxed him, Jeff.
He came in hitting just 265. He's usually close to a 300 hitter. So the one thing that I always feel sorry for Drew Earhart for is he's always the second batter. And he's usually, this time he's third, but he's oftentimes the number 2 hitter. And he always had a hitter who could get on base.
Always.
And Joe Urso had him bunt the runner over time after time after time. And I'm like, Drew, you've got like 9 at-bats and 65 sacrifice bunts. Said you do what the coach says. Get him in scoring position.
Good curveball.
This is Lyons at the plate for the Spartans, batting cleanup. Another new player on the roster this year, Jamarcus Lyons, 242 on the year. Ground ball in the hole. No, knocked down by the third baseman. Does he have a chance? No. That'll go down as a hit. A good play by the third baseman to knock it down. That was Forczyk. Kept it from going out into left field, though I doubt Earhart would have advanced to third base. So now runners on first and second with 2 out. And John Malcolm to the plate.
Former Commodore. Played for the Vanderbilt Commodores.
Malcolm with 4 home runs on the year, 18 RBI, number 1 RBI hitter for the Spartans this year. Also leads the team in walks with 10. Tied with Nick Durr for that honor. Unfortunately, also leads in strikeouts with 15. Big first baseman. Both teams with big first baseman. Runners on first and second. Heater sets and fires. Malcolm rips that one. That's going to go in the gap and bring in at least one. Here comes Earhart. Ball rolling all the way to the warning track. Finally cut off.
Go, big
Malcolm
fella.
into
Go,
second.
go,
and
go.
coming in to score is Lions, and the Spartans take a 2-0 lead.
Someone get that man some water.
Earhart and Lions with 2 outs. That brought both runs in, as Lions scoring all the way from first would not have been able to if there'd have been less than 2 outs.
That ball was tattooed.
So the Spartans strike first, and Nick Durr at the plate with a chance to bring in another run. Durr, 261 hitter on the year, gets a called strike.
I would say with my time watching the Spartans play, they are really good at capitalizing on opportunity.
A 2-out, 2-run double. Ball low inside. Spartans hit the Knights hard on Thursday, winning that game 11-3. Tampa with 17 hits in the game. Knocked the starting pitcher out in 4 1/3 innings.
That's 5 more than a baker's dozen. That's quick math for you.
Actually, 4 more. Baker's dozen's 13.
See?
Jeez.
Dang.
Got to correct you. Got to keep you in line. Because you'd have told that to someone else,
I would have
and they'd have believed you.
I would have too.
Yeah.
Dang. I've said that to other people before.
Uh-oh. No, that's just 5 more than a dozen.
I thought it was 12. That's just a dozen.
There's a fly ball heading out to center field. Krasinski comes in. Actually went deep to make the catch almost on the warning track. Ends the inning. Spartans get 2 on a John Malcolm double and take a 2-0 lead. We head to the top of the second. Tampa on top, 2-0.
Can tell you.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places.
Spartans on top of this game, 2-0. Romeo will lead off. Tall first baseman for Lynn. 6'6", 240 out of Cresskill, New Jersey. Both teams with tall first basemen. Braden Nelson, who calmed down and came through strong in the second half of the top of the first. Walked the first 2 hitters, then settled down and got 3 outs. No run scoring.
2012, then was 2 and 47.
Just missing on the corner, 1-1.
When he said Lynn's record was 2017 or whatever he said when
A little bit in the dirt. Look at the Spartan schedule. They've had 7 games already postponed this year, including last weekend where they were supposed to play Barry in 3 games. Next weekend is St. Leo on the schedule. Thursday they will be at St. Leo, or Friday I should say, they're at St. Leo. Then a week from today, a doubleheader right here. And Romeo gets a walk. So Nelson starting out the second inning the way he started out the first inning, putting the first man on.
This is why you gotta love baseball. If you were to just show up at the ballpark today, the score is still zeros all across the board, even though he's still been trying to get his strikes in.
Davis Payne at the plate, 214 on the year. Looks at the ball a little low. Little inside, but gets the call. We mentioned that Lynn has some power, 30 home runs on the year, with Cecilio with 9, Murray with 8. There's more than half of them right there. But Romeo, who just got walked, has 5. Kruzinski with 3, Encarnacion with 1. Forchik has 2. Sanabria has 1. And Payne has 1. But 17 out of the 30 belong to 2 hitters. 2-1 pitch. Inside, 3-1.
Did you happen to catch Sunday night's baseball game? It was Atlanta Braves versus the Philadelphia Phillies, where they had that play at the plate?
Oh, I saw the replays on that, yeah. Was he out? Was he not?
Did he touch the plate? Was he even close?
Good scoop by Malcolm there.
MLB also announced a new rule change for the Atlantic League. They
I talked to Joe Urso. You mean the pitcher's mound?
Yep, they moved it back a foot.
They're going to move it back. I thought I heard in the second half of the season, which I think would be weird. They'd say first half stay here, second half move back.
It makes literally 0 sense for the fans walking at home.
Boy, back-to-back walks again. But yeah, they're the Atlantic League, which is an independent minor league, or I don't know if it's a minor league, but it's maybe an independent bat league.
I believe it's independent, but
a collegiate summer league.
They take players from it. I'm all okay with people testing things out, but my thing is, if players are trying to get used to timing and stuff, moving it back a foot's going to only throw off people's timing more.
The pitcher's mound 60 feet 6 inches. They're going to move it to 61 feet 6 inches. And I was talking to Joe Urso and Sam Militello about that, and they both were just shaking their heads in disgust, saying, why are you monkeying with the rules? And I said, well, they were saying because strikeouts are so prevalent these days. Said, strikeouts are prevalent because everybody comes up and tries to hit a home run. Nobody's just trying to get on base anymore.
It's like basketball. Everyone's trying to shoot a three-pointer. It's just the change of the pace of this.
He said it's on the hitting coaches or batters to do better. That's a bunt. It's going to move the runners. Nelson with the throw in time. Runners on second and third with 1 out. You might not think a foot would make a big difference, but it's massive. Tenths, hundredths of a second are enough to make a difference. Though there was an interesting stat. They said one of their justifications for it, and it's an experiment, obviously, is the last 3 years in the majors, there have been more strikeouts than home runs. That has never happened in the history of baseball, that strikeouts outpaced home runs. And Joe and Sam said, yes, because everybody's swinging for the fences. It's not because hitting is down. It's down because people aren't worried about hitting anymore.
The commissioner of baseball, I'm not a huge fan of already, is really trying to appeal to the younger generation, which is not a bad thing. You obviously need to appeal to the younger generation, but the ways he's going about doing it is just horrendous. I mean, each way, like suspending players, not the Astros.
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not saying you shouldn't suspend other players, but you got to pick and choose your battles and stick with the consistency.
Encarnacion at the plate, he's got a 204 average. As Tate, as we were saying, the top of the order, some pretty pretty hefty batting averages, but after that, it kind of gets below the 250 mark. They are 257 as a team this year. 1-1 pitch. 2 runners in scoring position. That should bring at least one in. Base hit, Cumbo with a throw in, 2-1 game, and runners on the corners now with 1 out. Action in the Spartan bullpen again, as for the second consecutive inning, Braden Nelson with back-to-back walks to open the inning. That's kind of flirting with disaster there.
He's in the danger zone.
Yeah.
What's that song back in the day? I can't remember.
Danger Zone, Kenny Loggins.
Kenny Loggins, there we go.
I'll test your knowledge of rock and roll, which you probably don't have because of that. What band was he in?
What band? Oh, I honestly don't know. I know it from the show Archer and Out Number 2.
Nice catch by Malcolm. He was with Loggins and Messina.
Okay, good to know. His name was in the
half
band
the name was there.
Beautiful.
But they created some great music.
I grew up listening to a lot of country in Georgia, so
they were kind of country rockers.
Yeah, I know of Kenny Loggins. I just don't know like names of songs and stuff.
Well, when he was with, and just to digress, when he was with Loggins and Messina, they were a very good country rock band. And then he went kind of commercial the last half of his career, and I didn't like it that much. When he realized he could write pop hits and make millions.
Money.
Yeah.
I think every artist goes through that phase. You realize there's a paycheck waiting.
Yep. Kruzinski at the plate now. Tying run on third. Ball way outside. Ball high again. 2-0. Missing again, 3-0. Walks him, and he's loaded the bases with runners on the corners right now. And he gets the strike. Taking all the way.
Later on in the broadcast, we're going to have a trivia question that will be answered in the second game of the doubleheader.
We are? Okay.
Yeah.
What do I win if I get it?
$1 free.
Kudos.
You can find me.
Kudos.
Bragging rights.
Full count, battled back, 3-2 with 2 outs. Runner on first will be moving.
I'm going to test your trivia knowledge, Jack.
Runner goes, pitch, ground up ball, and it is foul. Do I know the category?
Sports.
Sport.
Tampa
Okay.
Sports.
Okay.
Let's do it on later in the 7th inning. 7th inning stretch, we'll do it.
3-2 again. Fouled off.
Looks like we have a righty warming up in the Spartans bullpen. I can't seem to get a number at the moment.
Where's our intern? We could send him down. Ground ball. That's going to be up the middle. Tie ball game.
Testing him at third.
Nice job batting by Kruzinski. Ties it up. Runners now on the corners again. So the Spartans put 2 on and 2 runs up in the first. Lynn comes back with 2 in the top of the second.
Second baseman, number 10, Byron Murray.
Byron Murray to the plate. We're only only in the second inning, but Lynn is working its way through the batting order. This is the second at bat for Murray already.
Good block by McDonald.
Murray struck out his first time up. No, a fielder's choice, I should say, first time up. Take that back. He flew out deep to center. I thought FC, that was a F8. Put one on the warning track. Runners advanced. Did not score, though. One on the way. Up the middle. Going back, jumping off his mid is Cadenas, and that'll bring one run in, maybe a second. They're waving him in. He's going to make it. I don't think they're going to get him. Throw way up the line, and Lynn has taken a 4-2 lead.
Good effort there by Cadenas.
Cadenas, I'd give him a hit on that one.
It'll be interesting to see how
Tom Colby's the official scorer. I think he said double.
It is a double.
Good effort by Cadenas to almost get there. He was on the track and it just glanced off his mitt.
That's one of those tough ones to judge if you're not so familiar with baseball, because it's a line shot and you're going in and you take a step back. You try to take a chance here, and he went back, read it fairly well, and almost made the catch and just bounced right off his glove.
Joe Urso is going to make a pitching change. So the day is done for Braden Nelson.
We still don't have a sponsor for the call to the bullpen, but there is a call to the bullpen.
Braden Nelson done for the day. Let's see who the Spartans are bringing in here. Nick Constantakos coming in on the year. This will be his fourth appearance. No decisions yet. No game started. Has 2 saves to his credit. Has only pitched 4 1/3 innings. 6 hits, 2 runs, both earned. Walked 1, struck out 4. Has a 4.15 ERA. Constantakos, one of the stalwarts of the Spartan lineup. But Lynn battled back after falling behind 2-0. Not sure what this music is. I'm not even going to try to talk over it.
It's a type of country. I've heard it before.
This is country?
In a way, yeah. I don't know what you would classify it as. I had an argument with my friend about songs like this earlier, so it's like a niche part of country that's like no words.
There's no words to describe it.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
Jose agrees with me.
I don't know. I'm more of a Zach Brown fan. Georgia-Florida line, that's more my type of music.
I don't know if people could hear it. It was blaring in our ears.
It's hard to avoid.
Still going.
If you're a batter, are you intimidated by this song?
I feel uneasy.
I think that's what he wants you to feel. I'm always interested when people pick walk-up songs, so that's one of them.
Well, this would be not a walk-up song because I wouldn't do it for him, but a change of pitcher song. So that's what you think that's what Nick asked?
Potentially.
To have played. Forchik at the plate to be the first batter to face Nick Constantakos. He inherits a runner on second, and a 4-2 deficit popped up out of play. Forchik struck out in the first. But Lynn battling back here. Four runs on just 3 hits. But I tell you what, there's that leadoff walk. Scored this time. So it's the leadoff walk is scoring 50% of the time in this game.
Looks like Lynn, if I'm reading the stat correctly, is batting .429 today with runners in the scoring position.
And the pitch. Nice pitch, fouled off, inning over. But Lynn does come up with 4 runs, 3 hits. They leave another base runner, but we have played an inning and a half, and it is Lynn 4, Tampa 2, Tampa coming up.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
I can move this.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
I think it is.
To the bottom of the second we go, and this time the Spartans find themselves in a deficit, trailing 4-2 after Lynn puts up a 4 spot in the top of the second. 4-2 lead over the Spartans. J.D. Urso will lead off for Tampa. Urso, the son of head coach Joe Urso, sends it out into center, gets past the center fielder.
Go JD, go JD.
Krasinski, that's going to go all the way to the wall. He's going to head for third. Here comes Urso, and he's going to make it easily. Krasinski just badly misplayed that ball, and it hopped under his mitt. Went all the way to the wall, and they had to wait for Cecilio, the right fielder, to get it and throw it in.
What do you think the conversation's going on between Urso and Urso?
He's like,
great hit.
Should have been a single, but we'll take the triple.
Great hit, son. By the way, you forgot to take out the garbage earlier.
Yeah. Your mom said to take it out before you went to the bar.
By the way, dinner's going to be...
dinner's going to be 11 o'clock tonight. Luke McDonald to the plate for the Spartans now. This is only his 14th at-bat of the year, 4 hits. It's a .308 average. Productive, though. 4 hits, 7 RBI.
McDonald's looking for a McRibeye right here.
Like it is like he's debating between diving and not diving. He went up and then it went past him.
I wonder if the sun is doing anything to do with these center fielders making these judgments in the ball.
That one wasn't high enough, I don't think. I mean, the sun is over that way. That was pretty low. I think it was he just misplayed it.
It's late, yeah. Honestly, I thought if he sent him, he might have had a chance.
It looked like he just didn't know where it was going to land. Again, it's the same thing what you're talking about. When it's hit straight at you, it can be tough, but that one wasn't a line shot that was up in the air too high. McDonald now with a 3-1 count.
For everyone listening, the Cadenas was not an error, it was a double.
Yeah, we gave him a double.
Double.
The 3-2 count coming up.
Yeah, use this as a... Put that like right there. Yep.
That one's out to Krasinski. That's going to bring a run in, taking him deep, makes the catch in center, and Urso will trot across the plate, and it's a 4-3. Lynn Fighting Knights lead over Tampa.
That's a McRibeye for McDonald, as the score is now 4-3 Spartans. Are trailing by 1.
Brings Jose Cadenas to the plate, the Spartans center fielder. .250 hitter on the year. Fouls that one right back at us. Jose ducked out of the way. Jose is keeping our video running today. Member of the Tampa men's soccer team. Did you guys get much of a season this year?
No.
Nothing? So you're getting a lot of practice. 0-2 pitch in the dirt.
Jose Cadenas is up for a Sparty, I believe. A annual award ceremony that the Spartans have yearly.
And what is that honor?
I need to look that one up because it changes. Let me see.
Swing and a miss. He goes down swinging. Top of the order with Nicholas Winkelmeyer coming to the plate.
Athlete of the Year is what he was up for.
Athlete of the Year?
Athlete of the Year.
'Winkelmeyer grounded out to short his first time up. Slaps that one down the line. That may go for 2. Gets past the third baseman into the corner. And Winkelmeyer chugs into second. He looks. He's going to try for 3. It's going to be close. Here's the throw. He is safe. Winkelmeyer did that on his own because he never broke stride and headed all the way into third. Had he just let up for a split second to check the throw, they probably would have had him by a foot. As it was, he tagged, got tagged, but just beat the throw.
An absolute scorcher down the third baseline.
And that brings up Cumbo to the plate. Ooh, he was looking for the big swing there. Swing and a miss. Cumbo struck out his first time up. Holds the bat high aloft. Outside. 1-1. Base hit will tie the game. Pops it up. Second baseman's going to make the play, and Murray ends the inning. Spartans get 1 back, cut the lead down to 4-3. We've played 2 full innings, and it is Lynn 4, Tampa 3.
What do you get when you take your favorite food and stuff it inside a pocket of homemade dough? Cooked perfectly until golden brown. It's a mouth-watering empanada from Mr. Empanada. No one makes a better empanada. Take Ted Webb's word for it.
Almost as good as my mom used to make.
Check out our website for a location near you. MrEmpanada.com.
It's not about any one thing. It's about how everything comes together, how it all connects. People, ideas, resources, community, everything. Quality of life services. That's what we do. Sodexo.
Depends on the pool.
Got it.
We head to the top of the third inning. Spartans cut the lead down. It's now 4-3 Lynn on top. But we've had plenty of action here in just 2 short innings. Lynn will send Alfonso, Romeo, and Payne to the plate here in the third. 5-6-7 hitter. Alfonso had a long at bat his first time up. And then he ended up lining out to Drew Earhart on a play that would have scored 2 had Earhart not made a jumping catch at third base on the line drive.
Stellar play by Earnhardt. Save a couple runs.
Big swing and a miss. Hits the corner, strike 2. Spartans come into this game 297 hitters on the season. That's not uncommon to see them right around the 300 mark. Opposition hitting just 235 against them. Ooh, close. Alfonso gets the call. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
I don't know exactly where that pitch missed.
A little bit high. 2-2.
Oh, no, different one. Not that Adrian. This is a former student.
Fouled back. Stays 1-2.
So, Jack, I got to ask you, what's your thoughts on instant replay? Should it be in the game? Should it be taken out of the game? Do you think it should be done differently?
I mean, I don't mind it, but I think they should put like a limit to how much time they could spend on it. And if you haven't figured it out within a minute or 2, or maybe 90 seconds or less, you move on and the play stands. You can't be spending all this time delaying the game. I mean, I've always felt, as far as instant replay goes, you know, they're trying to get calls correct. Well, then why can't if you're going to take it to that level, why can't a player say, I want to do over? I didn't mean to make an error.
See, I personally think it should be, instead of sending it to New York, is where they review all the plays, they should instead just have, like, for instance, we can get a replay almost instantly. Right. They can get an instant replay and just have the umpires make a second judgment call by looking at the replay over, because everyone in the stands can see it, so why can't they? And also speed it up. They don't have to worry about time. They don't have to worry about time from New York back to there and what they call and all that.
But I guess if you're looking at a baseball purist, you're making a game very technical out of a human game. Yeah. Players aren't perfect. Umpires aren't perfect. Romeo at the plate. And I know people have said, you have to look at the good things that have happened, pass interference in football or something, or a shot clock or something like that. Or
I want to see a robot.
Safer out.
I want to see a robot umpire. Just, I get the call wrong, and then you just take a bat to the middle umpire. That'd keep people interested.
I wouldn't doubt that if someday they might have a
an Apple umpire
computer calling balls and strikes. That isn't quite as subjective.
Who are they going to argue with? Talking to a robot.
Off speed, a little bit high now. Constantakos having a little struggle with his control.
Two great names for pitchers today, Heater and Constantakos.
A little late on the swing, fouled it off though. I don't know if they did that in tribute. That's the Addams Family song to Cousin It died yesterday. The character who played Cousin It. I don't know if you remember Cousin It in the original.
It's been a long time since I've seen that.
He was the character who was hairy up and down and wore a hat and glasses. Died at 84 years old yesterday. Fly ball headed out toward Lyons. Now he's coming in, makes the catch.
I'm trying to find where the sun's coming in from, I'm assuming.
Well, just kind of looking at the shadow. It's almost straight behind us. This will be a problem later in this game or maybe early in the next game. And it always is about this time of year because the sun will set almost directly behind us. As the season progresses, the sun works its way north and you don't get as much of this. But for about a 2-week period, when the sun sets, it's wicked. Off speed, call strike. This is Payne at the plate, Davis Payne. Walked his first time up in the second inning. It'll get so bad that we've had cases where the catcher throws it back to the pitcher and he just ducks his head and gets out of the way because he can't see it.
It'll be interesting for the batters. It's always very interesting because the coloration of the ball changes. Goes from light to dark to light again. It's another element they got to deal with.
I've always thought that was highly overrated, that traveling at the speed it does, is it really that big a deal? Well, I played baseball not at this level, but never had a major problem with it.
The fastest I've ever seen was, I believe, 98. And the issue with it is you see light, dark, and light. So you're already trying to pick up where the ball is.
Right.
And then there's just a quick coloration of change. It makes it hard to pick it up sometimes.
I just don't think it's that terrible.
Well, the Spartans are used to it because they play on this field so much.
Yeah. At any level.
Yeah.
Light, dark. They usually say a batter's decided whether he's going to swing or not within about the first 10 feet of the pitch. Whether he swings where the ball's going to be, that's another thing. Ball low. But I'm not a baseball expert. Two, 1 out, man on first. 4-3, Lynn on top of Tampa here in the third. Spartans have already made a pitching change. Nelson out, Constantakos in. Skipping out of the way is Payne. Goes to 3-2. A lot of full counts on both sides today. Unfortunately, that makes for a lot of pitches and a longer game. That one's ripped. Is Cumbo going to have a chance? And it falls foul. About 10 feet foul.
Got some organ music coming in.
They didn't like that when yelling at them. Oh, yeah.
Have to see who's working the crowd noise today. Strike three, call, 2 down. A couple years ago, we were privileged to have DJ MC White. Do you know him at all? Mitchell White?
I do not.
Who was playing, had the control of the PA like that. He's now the PA guy for the Tampa Bay Rays.
That away.
So if you ever get to a Rays game and you're like, I like that, what they're doing here in this game, it's DJ. If you don't like it, it's him too.
You ever see the Rays mascot? It's the, what's his name?
Sonny?
No, it's a cat. No, they have a... what's his name?
Avino at the plate. Strike call. Avino reached on a sacrifice. Grounded back to the pitcher, bunted to the pitcher.
The Rays secondary mascot, DJ Kitty.
Oh.
I don't know the meaning behind it or the story behind it, but...
Nope. Foul back off the fist.
I just remember going to a game early for freshman year and turned around and there was a huge cat mascot behind me in a Rays uniform. It's apropos as Tampa has to have the most DJs per square capita.
There's a lot of them, huh?
There's too many of them.
0-2. Strike three, call to end the inning. That kind of went in slow motion, waiting for the call, but he got him. Gets out of the inning, no damage. It stays a 4-3 game. Spartans will come up in the bottom of the third, and they will send up Lyons, Malcolm, and Durr. 4-3, Tampa trailing Lynn right here on TampaSpartans.tv. Only been 3 years, so.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org/opportunity.
It's crazy.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
We head to the bottom of the third inning. Tampa coming up. Trailing 4-3. Drew Earhart will lead off. Base hit his first time up, drove in a run, or scored a run, I should say.
For all the Spartan students that are partying today on the pseudo Gasparilla, drink responsibly and get home safely. And if you get the chance to watch the second game of today's doubleheader, they will be facing Lynn here on the same field.
Now, most of the time on Gasparilla weekend, years past, if the Spartans do play at home, I have to pick a different route to get here because the roads are just so crowded.
It's crazy.
And there's just thousands of people. I mean, we're 3 or 4 blocks from where the main event happens, but there are just so many people walking up and down the streets in their pirate garb.
Interesting why he pulled back there. I guess it was a breaking ball.
They actually, in previous years, have had to have a security guard at the parking ramp here to not let people park here for Gasparilla. Earhart waits, pops it up, going out toward right field. Cecilio still drifting, and he can't make the play. Earhart rounds second. He's going to go to third, and he's going to make it easily. Cecilio just never seemed to draw a bead on that one.
And if that's not an error, that is the Spartans' third triple of the day.
Well, they never touched it, and that's usually what decides whether it's an error
or not. It looks like it's, yep.
They don't give you mental errors, even though it might have been. That's like this. I don't know if it
was that a wind.
The wind blew it that way.
The outfielders have had a trouble with the ball today. I'm having a hard time.
Whether it's high in the air or shot straight out to the center fielder, they've had trouble with a couple of these. So Earhart on third, and it brings Lyons to the plate, who also got a hit his last time up and scored. Taps that one foul. Earhart the tying run.
Is this the last weekend of beach volleyball competition? Yeah. So we only have baseball and then the cross beach softball level? That's a prospect. Golf? Rowing?
A little bit high.
Yeah, I know, I saw that.
I'm having a hard time figuring out the umpire's strike zone today.
That looked high.
It looked high. It's just trying to figure out where he's
going.
Well,
got a couple that seemed to catch the corner that didn't get it. Swing and a miss. The heater from Heater on that one, and it's 2-2. Outside, full count.
We had that last time. Where was
As a batter, you're just trying to get anything in play, either to the right side or out in the outfield.
It's just put out.
Full count pitch. Ground ball, that'll tie this game up.
Wasn't fancy, but gets the job done.
A 4-3 put out, but Earhart scores, and it's 4-4. John Malcolm to the plate.
John Malcolm, former teammates with Al Leiter's son, Jack Leiter, who is pitching for Vanderbilt, potential number 1 overall pick here in the next upcoming draft.
Malcolm with a double his last time up, drove in 2, the first 2 runs of the game for Tampa. Fouls that one off. Crushes that one back up the middle, and Malcolm's got a 2-for-2 day.
He told Heater, watch your ankles.
Yeah. Nick Durr coming up for Tampa. Durr flew out to center his first time up.
It looks like Lynn potentially might have a guy about to start warming up here in the bullpen. He's sitting down with a cup in his mouth in right field.
First pitch a little high. This is the first game of a doubleheader. 9 innings in this game, 7 innings second game. Fly ball again to center field. Krasinski coming in, waits, makes the catch, 2 down. So a couple F8s for Nick Durr today. J.D. Urso to the plate now.
There's a shortstop, J.D. Urso. I'm still doing my thing. I'm still fine. I'm sky.
Urso with a triple his first time up, and the ball that slipped, and there's a stolen base for Malcolm getting a jump.
Good jump, surprised him.
Second stolen base of the year. Urso's triple last time up got under the mid of Krasinski and went all the way to the wall in center and had to be chased down by Cecilio, the right fielder.
JD Urso has the hardest part of the cycle. He only needs a home run, a double, and a single to make some history here at the ballpark today.
Strike call. Ball high. Malcolm with a short lead off of second. Outfielders playing him fairly deep. Urso not a big home run threat. Catches the corner.
That looked a little low to me, but...
Well, JD kind of looked back and then turned and said a couple things like, where was that? I think he asked, as opposed to, that wasn't even close. Better to ask a question than make a statement and something like that.
You ever seen an ejection from a Spartans baseball game, Jack?
I don't think I've seen a Spartan get ejected. We saw... tap foul. We saw a coach from another team get thrown out because and I'm trying to think what team it was. Jack McDowell, the former pitcher, White Sox pitcher, was the coach, and I can't remember what team it was now. I'd have to look it up. But the Spartans had a relief pitcher, who had a little hitch in his delivery. And the Spartans cleared it and said it's a legitimate movement. It's not a balk or anything. But the first time he saw it, he came out and argued, and they finally tossed him out. I think he might have walked away, and then the next pitch he came back out. And it's a herky-jerky motion, but the Spartans said they cleared it. Ground ball. Throw in time to end the inning. Spartans get one run across to tie this game up 4-4. We head to the top of the fourth. Lynn 4, Tampa 4 on TampaSpartans.tv.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us. And for college sports.
College sports.
There's light at the end.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
Top of the fourth we go. It's a slow-moving game here. A lot of action. 4-4 already. Nick Constantakos on the mound for Tampa. Coming into the plate will be 9-1-2 for Lynn. Encarnacion, followed by Cecilio and Kruzinski.
Encarnacion comes in on the day betting 204 with 17 games played. He has also had 49 at-bats. He has had 10 hits. He's had 2 doubles. He's had 1 home run and 5 RBIs.
Encarnacion with a base hit his first time up, scored a run, drove in a run. First pitch is a ball. I tweeted out earlier today that when the Spartans announced that doubleheader day, and I said, no fans allowed, so I will have the play-by-play on TampaSpartans.tv. And a friend of mine out in Sacramento, California, a longtime friend, says, if you like the play-by-play, that's Jack Ike doing it. If you don't, it's still him.
Nothing like good old Twitter. I don't know if that was it's a nice little friendly comment.
Base hit. Encarnacion, 2 for 2. No, good longtime friend.
Good stuff.
Maybe he's watching. Hey, Jim. We work together in Eau Claire, Wisconsin, doing TV sports.
We're doing shout-outs. Shout out to my friend Jack and Mac back at the University of Georgia watching today's game. And to Mr. Bohan.
Nothing else to do on a Saturday in Georgia?
Oh, there's plenty to do. The spring game was today, believe it or not. That's what they just came back from.
Okay.
I actually got to visit the Florida State spring game. I believe it was a weekend or 2 ago.
Cecilio to the plate. He is the leading home run hitter on this team. 9 home runs this year for the leadoff hitter. Good hitter, 389 hitter coming into the day. 6 doubles, 9 homers. Foul back. O2 pitch, Constantakos to first. Swing and a miss, got the strikeout. So Kruzinski to the plate now. 1 out, man on first. 4-4 here in the 4th.
Turn this off.
3rd time up already for Kruzinski in just the 4th inning. He walked, then he had a double, or a single, I should say, and drove in a run. Back in the 2nd inning. Fouls that one back.
A lot of radars right here. When you look down.
Yeah, they've got the guns out.
Sun's out, guns out.
A couple scouts at the game today. I think I see 3. Said it was their first time. There's a ball hit out into left field. Lyons makes the catch, 2 down. Talked to one of the scouts, and he said, yeah, it's our first time allowed into ballparks. typically when Tampa plays, you might see half a dozen to 10 scouts at a game. Not uncommon.
I wonder if there's a factor to that for like opposing teams coming in, because I know the Spartans are used to it. They're used to seeing a lot of scouts, but opposing teams, I don't always see the number of scouts that you would hear.
Well, we used to see it 2 years ago when David LeBron would pitch for the Spartans, and he was the All-American. I believe he was the player of the year, pitcher of the year in D2 baseball, and you'd see him on a Friday night. He was usually the Friday night pitcher, and you'd see 12 scouts. Saturday, 2 scouts. As soon as LeBron would pitch, 12 guns would go up.
LeBron actually DM'd me before I even came here and actually tried to help me come over here because I asked him a bunch of questions about college and stuff. And nice dude. I believe he's pitching in the Orioles organization. All-American.
You will get attention if you come here. Ball just missed.
All roads lead through Tampa.
This is Murray at the plate. Hit him. Ooh, that one I think it hit him up in almost in the shoulder, maybe lower.
You will be feeling that tomorrow morning.
Yeah. Talking to Rudy Garbelosa, the head coach of the Lynn Fighting Knights, about how this season's going. I said, you got to be feeling good that you're getting 19 games in. And he said, yeah, we're on pace to get 30 if things keep going. We've been able to play a lot. Tampa's only played 12 games. But he said this whole season has been learning on the fly. He said we didn't have any fall or winter ball or spring training of any sort. We just started playing. And he said, I'm just learning about these players as we go. And he said, one thing that I thought was interesting, fouled back to Forchik, and he said, when we take batting practice before a game, he said, normally it's just batting practice, get your timing down and stuff. We're teaching because we don't have that many opportunities to teach them. We haven't seen them that much, so I'm working on them while they're taking batting practice before a game.
It's interesting.
The pitch, off speed, a little bit high. Runners in first and second with 2 out.
That's just another thing with this whole COVID ball. They have just different ways of teaching, different ways of learning.
I got to think as a coach, a Zoom call isn't the best way to teach.
No, not the best way. For really anything, but
yeah,
mostly sports. I wonder if they do that. I'll have to ask on the way in between games.
Ground ball heading out toward Winkelmeyer, and he makes the play to throw in time to end the inning. Not the prettiest of plays, but they made the play to end the inning. So, no run score. We played 3.5, and it is still Tampa 4, Lynn 4 on TampaSpartans.tv.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela burns it. An incredible finish by Hall.
The NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org/opportunity.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
Luke McDonald striding to the plate for the Tampa Spartans here in the bottom of the fourth. 4-4, Tampa and Lynn. A little different scenario from the game on Thursday. The Spartans won it easily, going away 11-3. This one, Tampa took a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the first, but gave up 4 in the top of the second.
A lot of offense here in today's ball game.
Tampa 4 runs, 6 hits. Lynn 4 runs on 4 hits. 2 errors for Lynn so far today. Well, it's showing 2 on the scoreboard, but 1 on our stat monitor. I can't think of
I have
a
2
second one. You got 2 on yours?
Yeah, 2 and 1.
No, I said errors.
Errors. Let me see. Yeah, I didn't know because that's what I was saying earlier in the broadcast. There was a triple, and I didn't know if they counted it as an error.
We'll have to check on that.
We'll get our intern to go do that here in a minute.
Ball outside. Top of the order coming up after this for the Spartans, which will be Winkelmeyer. I take that back. Cadenas, the 9-hitter, will be up next. Then the top of the order. Ooh, McDonald wanted to pull the trigger, couldn't, and gets called out.
So like I mentioned earlier, folks, Jose Cadenas is up for Athlete of the Year for this year's Sparties. Annual award ceremony we have with all the sports here at the University of Tampa.
Cadenas struck out first time up. Thought about it, called strike anyway. Ball high. 2 balls, 1 strike. And 2-2. Cadenas, if he can get on, is a base stealing threat. Leads the Spartans with 4 stolen bases this year. The Spartans, never a team that tries to steal a lot. Though they do play small ball. If you can get that leadoff hitter on base, they usually try to move him over to second. Foul back.
I'm interested to see if they're going to fill up this outfield wall with any more signs. We talked about it last time.
They've updated it. New sponsors in the outfield. I mean, you got to keep the green where it is because that's the hitter background, I would think. They could probably go in a couple signs on each side. And Cadenas gets a walk. We'll bring Nicholas Winkelmeyer to the plate. From Sarasota, Florida, the lefty with the lefty heater.
Gives a John Lester-like pickoff move.
I mean, he was afraid to make it?
Yeah.
Ground ball out to short. Fielded, Encarnacion, and they get the double play. Quick way to end the inning, a 6-4-3 double play. And we've finally had our first inning where no runs were scored. We go now to the top of the fifth, and it is still Tampa 4, Lynn 4, right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
It's weird.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
They're seated, but they might be standing up there.
Top of the fifth. So we're cruising toward the halfway point, the midway point of this game.
I'm in a bad mood, Jack. The Braves are down 12 currently.
The Braves are down 12? They're playing the Cubs, aren't they?
They are.
That's good then.
And Luke Jackson's in the pen. The Braves are going to be down more than 12 here now.
Okay. Is that a couple struggling baseball teams? The Cubs have been struggling, I know. Alfonso to the plate.
Braves have this one reliever. They put him in every freaking game, and we could be up 6 runs. He leaves the game. They're down. The Braves are down 7.
That is a major league pop-up. McDonald waits, dives, and makes the catch in foul territory.
McDonald. I don't know if there's a sponsor.
He hung with that one.
What a McPlay there.
Those are some of the toughest plays for a catcher when it goes pretty much straight back, because where you think it's going to come down is you always have to backtrack from there. Romeo to the plate.
More often than not, you actually see a catcher drop a ball like that, so that was a good play by McDonald.
Your inclination is to head toward the fence, and oftentimes by the time you readjust, the ball's down.
You ever see a catcher get caught in the netting here?
No.
Nope. I try to make a play on the ball, go through it.
There was a play a couple years ago, runner on third, pitcher threw it, wild pitch, got past the catcher, runner third starts racing home. It hit it's brick behind home plate. It hit the brick and bounced right to home plate. Catcher just grabbed it. Catcher didn't even have time to react. It hit it and came back to him, and he just grabbed it and made the tag. Just a perfect bounce. Slow curve, nice pitch.
I wonder when they construct the ballpark like this, how the coach debates what it should be, because if it was rubber, it stops it. If it's brick, it bounces back.
Right.
How deep it should be, because they could have built this far up if they wanted to. They got enough room with the foul ball territory.
That is a big time pop up. Well, if you notice in major leagues, this has a lot of foul ball room. If you notice in major leagues, the teams keep taking away the foul territory.
Oh, I realized.
And most of it's for seating. They throw in a couple more seats, but they've done research on it and said that is enough to give a hitter a few bumps on his batting average because he's not fouling out anymore.
Yeah.
Makes it into the first or second row instead of an easy catch. This is actually a big foul ball space.
Well, the reason I know this is I was fortunate to do security for the Yankees this year, and I was positioned down the first baseline, and there was no foul ball territory at George M. Steinbrenner Field.
Nope.
And there was a ball and hit down the right field line, and I tried to catch it and destroyed my finger. But you always had to have your head on a swivel because there was just no foul ball territory. So any ball hit down there, it just seemed like, I don't know.
It's on you fast.
It's on you quickly.
That ballpark is set up in the exact same dimensions as Yankee Stadium. They did it so they would know what it's like to play in Yankee Stadium. A little bit inside, or was that ball 4? As ball 4 anyway. So Romeo with the walk.
Batting left fielder Davis Payne.
Payne to the plate. One official at bat, caught looking, walked in his first at bat in the second inning. Struck out looking last time up. When he walked, he came around and scored one of the 4 runs for Lynn today. Nice off-speed pitch. Straight away, fairly deep. Off-speed pitch. Fooled him twice. Now you bring the outside fastball or inside and low. Work the corners.
It looked like the era we're in, they're trying to do more, the slowest pitch possible. In the major leagues this week, a position player threw a 44-mile-per-hour breaking ball.
Popped foul.
It's almost as impressive as throwing a 109-mile-per-hour baseball.
That's a big difference.
Yep. Looks like he's asking for a new baseball.
I don't know. He didn't get it, though.
I'm always interested with certain pitchers. When I pitched in high school, I always liked a little bit more dirtier baseball. Some people like a brand new baseball. It's always interesting.
Gaylord Perry always liked them cut up by razor blades. Popped up, out of play again.
I haven't had the chance to go over to Tom Brady's house, but I'm pretty sure you can't deflate a baseball. So,
are you expecting to get a chance to go to Tom Brady's house?
I've driven by a few times. He did walk into that one stranger's house that one time.
Yeah, that's true.
So anything is possible here in the 813.
Yeah. Isn't he renting from Alex Rodriguez?
Derek
Jeter.
Yeah, that massive house over in Davis Island.
Strike 3 call.
Got him looking.
Speaking of Alex Rodriguez, the nation's still in shock over the breakup with J-Lo.
I cried for hours. I sat at home. I took a personal day off.
Did you?
I sent an email to the teacher, sorry, I cannot attend class because of the breakup between A-Rod and J-Lo. It was a tough one.
Too tough to get up.
It was a tough one. I believe he's actually a part-time owner now.
He just bought into...
What team was it?
He was basketball, Minnesota Timberwolves.
Timberwolves, exactly.
And they asked a player, there's one up the middle, Nice diving catch by Cadena. No. And they called him out,
Toss that over to SportsCenter, folks. That's the
nice catch by Jose Cadenas to end the inning. They asked a Timberwolves player at a press conference after Rodriguez bought in, and they said, what do you think of Alex Rodriguez becoming a part owner? And he goes, who? They said, Alex Rodriguez, the baseball player. And he goes, don't know who he is.
Anthony Edwards is a gem, man.
We'll take a break. 4-4, Tampa, Lynn.
What do you get when you take your favorite food and stuff it inside a pocket of homemade dough? Cooked perfectly until golden brown. It's a mouth-watering empanada from Mr. Empanada. No one makes a better empanada. Take Ted Webb's word for it.
Almost as good as my mom used to make.
Check out our website for a location near you. MrEmpanada.com.
A star player in a different league doesn't.
It's not about any one thing. It's about how everything comes together, how it all connects. People, ideas, resources, community, everything. Quality of life services. That's what we do. Sodexo.
Get a new commissioner for baseball. It really does.
So we head to the bottom of the fifth. Spartans will be coming up. Chance to take the lead. It's been knotted up at 4-4 for a little bit. Drew Earhart. I take that back. Cumbo will lead off.
Well,
Earhart on deck.
I guess now's a better time than any to do the Tater Tot Trivia question of the day. Question is, who has more number one overall draft picks in the National Football League? The University of South Florida or the University of Tampa?
Who has had, over their history?
Yes.
Tampa. Has had two. Right?
Can you name them?
John Matuzak. And he may be the only one. I think he's the only one.
Number one overall draft pick.
Yes.
Also was in the Goonies, fun fact. Good
the
movie.
Twos. I think he went to, there's a ground ball. That's going to get through for a base hit by Cumbo. I think he went to Missouri to start his career. And he was a head case from day one. And ended up coming to Tampa when Tampa had D1 football. And was drafted number one, went to, I believe it was the Houston Oilers.
Okay. He was eventually on the Raiders, I know that.
He ended up with the Raiders. That was where he had his biggest claim to fame. But he also signed a contract with the World Football League. And I may be wrong on some of this. But before the Oilers season ever started, he signed a contract with the Houston World Football League team. And the Oilers were like, no,
you can't
do that.
No, sir.
And I think they traded him to Kansas City. There's a pop-up.
Now what do you do here?
Playable. You just stay.
Yeah.
I don't know if they would call that an infield fly or not. Yeah, the Twos was something else.
You seem to be sort of a character.
So do I win? What do I win?
Free pizza.
Free pizza?
Thanks to our sponsors.
What, do I have to come to your house?
At
when
Pizza Hut.
Oh, when they hand out the coupons? I probably still have the one from last year.
Yeah, I do too. I got to come up with a good prize for next week.
Ground ball heading out towards second. They get the one throw, the double play to end the inning. So that's 2 innings in a row. The Spartans have gone down on the double play ball. Nobody scores. We have now played 5 full innings, and it's still Tampa 4, Lynn 4, right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
This is the University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
top of the 6th. That'll be 9-1-2 for the Lynn Fighting Knights, Encarnacion, Ciciello, and Krasinski in a 4-4 baseball game.
And it looks like we have some new Spartan fans dressed up in some Pirates gear, coming back from some early Darties.
Nice to see they're letting some fans back in. Encarnacion, 2 at-bats, 2 hits so far today. That's good production out of your number 9 hitter. Scored a run, driven in a run. Nick Constantakos on the mound for the Spartans. The pitch. Strike call. J.D. Urso shading him towards second. Big hole between third and short. Strike 2. Ooh, look to take him down in 3. Just misses. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Popped up. Do they have a play? Winkelmeyer into foul territory. Catches it right on the line for the out. That'll go to the top of the order. Cicilio.
Right fielder, Larry Cicilio.
Cicilio in his 4th at-bat already today. Still looking for that first hit. Walked. Fielder's choice and a strikeout.
Good high fastball by Constantakos.
Spartans actually say now Jordan Leisure on the mound. I didn't get that pitching change. Number 8, Jordan Leisure. Get some numbers on him here. Mainstay on the Spartan pitching staff for a number of years now.
Jordan Leisure's a junior right-handed pitcher coming in today with 7 appearances. He has 0-1 on the year with 2 saves. He has 16 innings pitched. He has 8 hits given up, 3 runs, 2 earned runs, 1 walk, 30 strikeouts, and a 16.88 strikeouts per 9, giving up 1 home run, and has a 1.13 ERA. He also followed me on Instagram earlier this week. So
wow.
Thank you, Mr. Leisure.
That's a brush with greatness.
Leisurely.
Leisure, even though just 16 innings, number 1 on the staff in the strikeouts.
And now, is that stat inflated, the strikeouts per 9?
No, it's 30 strikeouts for 16 innings.
Yeah, that makes sense.
And add another one. 17 now. Been very effective out of the bullpen. 8th appearance this year. 2 saves to his credit. Doesn't always come in with a save situation. Oftentimes middle reliever. But he's a good bridge to get to that point. Krasinski swings and misses.
Looks like 95.
Our intern says 95 miles per hour on the gun for Leisure.
That's pretty good speed at this level. Fouled back.
Leisure has an upbeat tempo, trying to get out of this inning pretty quickly.
We all appreciate that.
Especially with the doubleheader on our hands.
Swing and a miss. Gets another strikeout. Inning is over. So the Spartans are shutting down Lynn. Now the Spartans need to come up with some bats to put some runs across. We played 5.5, and it's still 4-4, Tampa and Lynn, right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org/opportunity.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
Generation has a lot of mumble rap.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division II, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Bottom of the sixth, John Malcolm will lead off for the Spartans. Heater been going the distance so far for the Fighting Knights. Malcolm with 2 hits and 2 at-bats.
Also has
that one inside.
Today.
Ground ball foul.
Played with a former teammate of mine in travel ball.
Looks good. Strike call. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Goes after that one. Gets away. He's going to get to first on the drop third strike. Didn't even drop it. I don't even think he touched it.
It was not pretty, folks.
It was way outside.
Malcolm ends up on first. I mean, he just waved at that.
But I don't think the catcher even touched that one.
I mean, that pitch was in the next county, and he just whiffed at it.
I had a Wisconsin, I was telling you, Wisconsin sports trivia just this week. I had a Beloit snapper, a team of the single A team of the Milwaukee Brewers. I think it was about 20 years ago, recorded 5 strikeouts in an inning.
Oh, because with the,
Yep.
I was trying to think how was that even possible.
Yep. Gave up 2 runs in the inning. Had a strikeout, wild pitch, strikeout, wild pitch. Both runners got on, and then a strikeout to end the inning.
That's the beautiful thing about baseball. You show up to the ballpark, you'll see almost anything on any given day. I was pitching in middle school, and I believe I've told you this story, Jack. Everyone in the ballpark was watching. I was watching, and I threw 2 strikes.
You should be watching if you were pitching.
No, exactly. And I threw 2 pitches, and they called strike 3. And I had 2 pitch strikeouts.
Right. Nobody. You forgot to tell them.
No one knew. I just let it. Everyone just let it slide.
Did you know there were 2 strikes, and you just kept your mouth quiet?
You just rang him up, and I just kept it going.
Oh.
I was never much of a strikeout guy anyway, so
take one.
I'll take it when I can get it.
Yeah. Ball outside. Nick Durr at the plate. So the Spartans get the leadoff runner on. There's a strike call. A couple of years ago, I did some research on why they let a batter run on a drop third strike. I thought it was because.
What was your results?
Well, I thought it was going to be because they figure if you can't catch the ball on a strike, then the runner deserves to go
to first.
But it wasn't that. It almost gets back to like youth baseball, though it wasn't. They thought that if you couldn't catch it, then the base swing and miss, that they should treat it like it was a hit and give more action into the game. This is from like the 1880s. Durr goes down swinging. That they thought it was just to create some more action, treat it like it's a hit that goes behind the plate.
I have no problem with change of baseball because that, like it says, brings more action into it. I mean, I'm assuming when that rule was proposed, people don't like change to begin with, but we need more change. Like having a DH in the National League, I think is a beautiful way to bring more offense into the game. But some of the stuff he seems to be doing, Commissioner Manfred, is not really doing great for the game.
One foul back. You were talking about the Atlantic League going with the 61-6 pitcher's mound. Yeah. They are also, I believe, going to try it that if you have a DH, you can have a DH as long as you have a starting pitcher. Okay. As soon as you replace them, pitcher bats.
See, that rule's that brings strategy into the game. That I'm okay with. That rule is
you stick
fine.
With your pitcher longer.
Yeah. Because now, as a manager, you have to think more into it, and that brings,
Yep. Do I want to give up the DH or let this guy try to get out of the inning?
And there's always new ways to bring new fans into the game, but you want to keep the fans that you do have also in it. Mm-hmm. This is a strategy game at the end of the day.
That one gets away, and Malcolm's going to trot down to second. I like the one where that was a long time needed, is that a relief pitcher has to at least face a batter.
That's a good one, instead of just one pitch. Wasn't the last game we saw that there was only we saw a Spartans reliever only throw like 2-3 pitches, and then
I don't know if they have that rule at the college level or not, but I know the majors say you have to at least face a batter. Which brings up the old Jerry Coleman, a former San Diego Padres broadcaster, who Colemanisms, you listen to him and you go, what? Because he once said that a batter slides into second with a stand-up double. But he was talking about, it was a strategy, and I've seen it employed at other times. Relief pitcher out there, new batter comes up, say he's a lefty, and they don't want him to face him, so they put him in right field. Bring in a new pitcher. Next batter, they bring him in from right field to pitch again, and Jerry Coleman said he was relieving himself on the mound.
That's beautiful.
On the fist, and I think that one...
a bit poetic. You'd say,
that one might have hit the catcher in the face. Umpire doing the righteous thing. Give him a little time. Go out and talk to the pitcher. Little thumbs up.
Mr. Urso's looking down at his son JD, saying you need to apologize.
Not his fault.
Not his fault. Fouled it off. That's an interesting combination. I didn't even think about that as a son and father being if he misses a sign, what extra chores do you got to do around the house?
Yeah. Well, there you got to treat him as a player, and you make him run at practice, and he's still your son at home. Lead run on second base with one out here in the sixth. Tampa looking to try to push that run across. Urso has a triple and scored a run. A little bit low.
It's a hot one here, folks.
Ooh, Urso all of a sudden said a better swing. Does, misses, strikes out.
Looked a little bit like a figure skater there from
that. A little pirouette. 360 almost.
Any fans of the game Mario Baseball knows that it looks exactly like the video game.
Luke McDonald at the plate, and he now has a chance to drive in the lead run of the game. McDonald struck out last time.
I believe does have an RBI here on today's game. It's a fly out.
Ground ball, does it get through? It's going to put runners at the corners. That'll probably go down as a hit because I don't think he was going to get anybody with, even if he fielded it cleanly. So runners on the corners now. And Cadenas to the plate with a chance to give the Spartans the lead. That was just a slow roller, and all Encarnacion could do is just knock it down. If it goes to the outfield, Malcolm more than likely scores. Because that's a long run. And now Rudy Garvelosa is coming out to have a talk.
The Knights have two options in the bullpen as they have both right-handers. Can't necessarily get a number at the moment.
Rudy talking strategy, though. Not making the change. Joe Urso takes the chance to go talk to Cadenas for a second. I tell you what, you got to give Joe Urso a lot of credit. Every year, he's bringing in transfers from D1 schools, JUCOs, freshmen. I mean, his ability to weave veterans with newcomers every year and mold it into a great team is amazing.
He's one of the best, potentially.
Eight national championships at the school, 6 owned by him as a coach. He also won a championship as a player here.
7 championships for the Mr. Number 7, Mr. Urso. Funny story. I first week in college, I thought I was going to try out for the team. I obviously ended up not making it. But during trying out, we were emailing back and forth, and I was learning how to email and stuff, because in high school we didn't really email that much. And I accidentally sent him an art project, and he sent me back an email saying, "Oh, wrong person." My bad.
And you said, "No, Coach, what'd you think of it?"
No, what did you think?
Just trying to get varied opinions. Cadenas at the plate, chance to give the Spartans the lead. Runners on the corners. Strike call.
But either a great dude and even a greater or better coach. It'd be interesting to see if you do one of those half steals here, potentially to get a run across.
See if you can draw a throw. That hit him.
Is it off the head?
Boy, that catcher's taking a pounding. That one glanced off Cadena's shoulder into the catcher.
He's just not having a good day. He's going to come home and looks like he just played a game of paintball.
Wow. Winkelmeyer to the plate with the bases loaded. Pitcher throwing a little more frantically in the Lynn bullpen. Winkelmeyer to the plate now, his 4th at-bat of the day. Has a base hit to his credit. It was a double. Check swing, ball low. First time today the Spartans have loaded the bases. First inning, they had runners on 2nd and 3rd, and both came in on a base hit. Winkelmeyer, I don't know if he missed a sign, but talking to Coach. Said, all right, when I scratch my chin, that means if I pull my elbow.
There are no trash cans being banged at today's ball game.
What's the deal with the Yankee fans yesterday throwing baseballs on the field in the game against the Rays?
That I do not know.
They were mad at the Yankees for bad baseball. It wasn't a disputed call or anything that was going on. In the middle of the game, Rays were in the field and they started throwing balls. And the weird part is it wasn't any special promotion why all these fans brought baseballs to the park. But there were dozens of them thrown onto the field. They had to stop play.
As someone who actually has some experience in security, a lot of the parks don't actually even allow baseballs anymore into the ballpark for that reason. Off chance it goes into the crowd.
Yeah.
So I really don't know. I'll have to look that up later.
Some of them came dangerously close to Rays players, but like I said, it wasn't a bad call or anything. They were unhappy with the Yankees. Ground ball. This may end the inning, though. close, but nobody scores. Spartans load them. Nobody scores, and we will head to the 7th inning. And it's still Tampa 4, Lynn 4, right here on TampaSpartans.tv.
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create. And the question isn't, can you do it? It's, will you?
And one security guard, I'm like, I can't.
What do you get when you take your favorite food and stuff it inside a pocket of homemade dough? Cooked perfectly until golden brown. It's a mouth-watering empanada from Mr. Empanada. No one makes a better empanada. Take Ted Webb's word for it.
Almost as good as my mom used to make.
Check out our website for a location near you, MrEmpanada.com.
Lynn coming to bat here in the top of the 7th. Jordan Leisure on the mound for the Spartans. Murray to the plate for Lynn. Murray today, this will be has 2 official at-bats, 1 hit, a couple runs driven in.
We were talking about the Yankees game last night. There was no real reason why they were throwing baseballs on the field other than they were mad that
displeasure with the Yankees' performance.
And then I could find it.
The problem is they did it while the Rays were on the field. If you're displeased with your team,
you throw when
your team's out there.
It's a bad look. It's a bad look for
the Rays. Ended up winning. I think it was 8-2. Pummeled them.
CS Braves fans know how to do it.
Knocked the Yankees into last place. There's a strike.
I was saying us Braves fans know how to do it. I remember when I was a kid, there was a outfield, infield fly rule that they called in a crucial wild card game, and I remember I was there. There was bottles being thrown over my head, cans, everything.
Ball outside. Jordan Leisure for the Spartans picked up a couple Ks last inning, giving him 32 on the year. Off speed, hit out into center. Cadenas, easy, 1 down.
Now that third baseman, Braden Forte.
Leisure now with 1 1/3 innings pitched. Forchick to the plate. Looking for that first hit. This is at bat number 4. Ground ball heading out toward Urso. Cut off by Earhart. The throw in time. 2 down.
Good play over there by third baseman, Mr. Earnhardt. Playing some good third base over there today. Got a pretty red glove on.
Yep.
I'll be back by the end of this game.
I always look forward to that. Every year they have Wilson Glove Day here.
Yeah, I know they post pictures on the day. Alfonso to the plate. Pitch down the middle for the strike.
Sophomore for the team, Luke Benoit, was in my class one time and got to show me his glove. It was pretty cool.
Fouled off. 0-2 count now with 2 outs.
The Knights have a righty warming up in the bullpen.
Inside. Backs him off the plate. 1 ball, 2 strikes.
He almost touched the laces with his nose there.
Yeah. Foul back. Stays alive in the batter's box.
And good play over there by the fan, catching it off the netting. Almost landed in the trash can.
Oh, wow, that's a curveball. That didn't break. And McDonald so quick on the throw back. Leisure,
if you got to receive the ball,
wasn't even ready.
See, if you're a batter and you get thrown at, or the ball gets thrown over your head twice, it puts you in an easy state. So let's see how this goes.
And then he just throws one down the middle and just fouled down into the Lynn bullpen. 2-2 still with 2 out.
Big 2-2 pitch.
Fouled off again. Boy, Alfonso
really does not like going down.
Is really hurting the baseball budget with his at-bats today.
In today's times, baseballs are expensive. At least $1.50, I would say.
Oh, I bet you they're more than that.
Probably now, yeah.
I bet you
I'm thinking per ball.
I bet you they're $5 a ball.
Yeah.
Right down the middle, but low. 3-2. Inside, and Alfonso draws a walk. Good at bat. And puts a runner on first. Brings up Romeo to the plate. Lynn, 4 runs on 4 hits. Actually got their 4 runs off of 3 hits. A couple walks to actually start that inning. The first 2 batters walked. And then 3 hits drove in all the runs. The Spartans have 9 hits, but have just 4 runs. They've left 6. Lynn has left 7. Swing and a miss. 1 ball, 1 strike. Spartans will go 2-3-4 next inning. Cumbo, Earhart, and Lyons. But right now, it's Romeo at the plate. Fouled it back.
Try to think of some good Shakespeare lines with the name Romeo.
We could probably ask him because I'm sure he's heard them all.
Feel so bad for him just knowing what being on a baseball team's like. Just knowing the amount of nicknames and phrases.
Off speed, just missing.
Ooh.
Probably a little high.
You know what? I might change my mind on electronic umpires. That might be a nice addition to the game.
Ball a little bit high, even to a 6'6" first baseman. 2-2 from Leisure. Fly ball heading out to left center. It's racing over is Lyons, and he makes the catch right in front of Cadenas for the 3rd out of the inning. Made it look casual.
Oh, no.
No runs scored, so we have now played 6.5 innings. It's the 7th inning stretch time. Get on your feet. It's a 4-4 game. Tampa and Lynn here on TampaSpartans.tv.
It's not about any one thing. It's about how everything comes together, how it all connects. People, ideas, resources, community, everything. Quality of life services. That's what we do. Sodexo.
University of Tampa. Explore your dreams. Discover your talents. Get ready to invent, innovate, and be a leader. This is the University of Tampa.
See if he's still wearing a band.
Choose Barry University. We transform students into leaders for a greater tomorrow. Our mix of academics, professional skills, and community spirit prepares students to be the ones the world's been waiting for. You see, you don't just earn a degree from Barry. You earn a degree that's going to make a positive impact. And at Barry, you'll make lifelong friends while discovering your purpose, passions, and joy in life. Barry University. Your future is yours to create.
Bottom of the 7th we go, still tied up 4-4. See if Tampa can push a run across here. A.J. Cumbo at the plate for Tampa. Heater still firing. Cumbo puts down a bunt foul. And it is a new pitcher, 41 on the mound. Let's see if we can get you the info there. Got to find the right sheet.
Oh, not bad. I got it. Right here. Oh.
Cumbo. Does it drop? No. Nice catch. Cecilio making the catch.
Pitching for the Knights is Mr. Jose Martinez. He's a junior pitcher. Let me see where else on him we have. Looked like that was his hitting stats. Pitcher, here we go. Pitcher, he has 4 appearances here on the year. He has a win-loss record of 0-0. He has no save opportunities. He has 6 innings only pitched, 2 hits, 0 runs, 0 earned, 3 walks, 5 Ks, 7.11 strikeout per 9, no home runs given up, and his ERA is a big whopping 0.
Well, a chance for the Spartans to get him an ERA. Drew Earhart at the plate for Tampa. 2 hits, 3 at-bats today. A couple runs scored. And Earhart, it's a walk, sends him down to first. He's the lead run. Bring up Jamarcus Lyons for the Spartans. Spartan left fielder. Lyons hit into a double play his last time up.
We can talk to Mr. Colby about potentially getting a bat dog. That would be, I think, get more girls out to the ballpark, more guys as well.
Ball outside. They should get a bat robot.
Bat robot would be dope.
60 Minutes had a show on a couple weeks ago about these robots that are being invented, and one of them is a dog. Matter of fact, they showed one being used by the New York City Police Department.
That was terrifying. I remember.
It was,
that.
Yeah, it was weird looking.
Can you imagine being in a cell, being like, who did you get caught by? Oh, it was a robot dog.
Yeah. That one's ripped down the line. That's going to drop for a base hit. Earhart is going to go to third. Lyons will stride into second, and the Spartans have runners at second and third with just 1 out.
It looks like he might.
No, Earhart pulled up there, it looked like, didn't it?
Looked like he was trying to slide and decided not to.
Yeah.
That's when you got to watch your legs. Yeah.
Sometimes if you try to do that, you end up pulling a muscle.
Screwing up your kneecap, one of the two.
Appears to be okay. We'll see if he comes out in the 8th inning.
Nope, he's coming out.
I think he's going to take him out right now, yeah.
Oh, wait, maybe they're
going to tend to him for a second.
Oh, they're having him
going to let him run a little bit. Yeah, it looked like he thought about sliding and then did not, but kind of pulled up awkwardly. And I think he's going to make the change. Yeah, he is. He's going to pull him. See if we can get who's coming in. Mikey Navarrete coming in. He's played third in the past. He has a chance to give the Spartans the lead. We hope Drew's okay, maybe precautionary. But Mikey Navarrete, hoping he stretched a little bit. You never know when you're next man up.
Infield's in.
Malcolm, big swing and a miss.
Doesn't need to do anything too fancy.
Yeah, with just one out, they want to try to take the runner at the plate with runners on second and third. So if Malcolm can just slap it through, the Spartans will have at least a one-run lead. Martinez with the pitch. Inside.
The Knights have a right-handed pitcher warming up in the bullpen, just in case he does not get out of this.
Check swing, a little bit high. Lyons at second base. He can see the fielders in front of him, so he can kind of gauge his lead. Ball low.
Good block by the catcher.
3-1. Ball 4. You know, not a terrible move to walk him there, and it may have been one where it was like, give him some pitches near, but nothing too good, because now they've set up a force and a possible double play to get out of the inning. Spartans have already hit into 2 double plays in this game.
Accidentally strategical, but it looks like they're doing a mound visit.
Pinch hitter coming in for the Spartans, and a slow walk to the mound by Rudy Garvelosa. Possible pitching change coming up.
Dan Sullivan is now up to bat. Looks like they're substituting him in for, I honestly don't know who. Give me 1 minute.
Sullivan, get some stats on him. Comes in with a .381 batting average on the year. Only 21 at-bats so far this year, 8 hits. Long meeting, not going to make a pitching change, but going to talk strategy here. Bases loaded, 1 out in a 4-4 game here in the bottom of the 7th.
Mr. Eric, I have to ask you, what is the name of this song right now?
No idea.
For those listening at home, it's Chesley Dagger, the I don't even know how to pronounce that. The Fertilis? Fun fact.
I'll believe you.
Dan Sullivan tries to potentially hit a grand salami if he puts it far enough out there. There is no win, so needs to use all the muscle he's got, but he does have the power to do it.
So the infielders go back to normal depth, or close to normal depth. They're about halfway back, but their hope is they can turn 2 and get out of the inning. Pitch to Sullivan. Looked at it, takes a call strike.
Doesn't seem to be agreeing with the call, but nonetheless.
Martinez would love to get a strikeout here. Sullivan would love to send one through the infield. Popped it up, though. They should have a play. This may be too far out of the way, and falls in between three players in foul territory. Long run for the left fielder, and
almost even longer run for the third baseman.
Kind of a not a straight line run for the third baseman. That's one that almost is best taken by the shortstop, but he was playing toward second base, so a pretty long run for him. And it fell about 15 feet foul. So kind of in a Bermuda Triangle there. So Sullivan still at bat. 0-2 pitch coming up from Martinez. Outside.
Good move by Ursul to put Sullivan in here, as it forces the pitcher to pitch to him.
Sullivan fouls that one off. So it stays 1 ball, 2 strikes. Navarrete on third, Lyons on second, and Malcolm on first. Martinez with the pitch. High, ball 2. 2-2 now. Well, he walked Malcolm to load the bases, setting up a force anywhere, and hoping for the double play. Nowhere to put Sullivan. Ball 3. So 3, after going ahead 0-2, he's now thrown 3 balls high in the strike zone. And he's run out of a count. Gets to sign, and he's ready. Way outside. Spartans take the lead on a bases-loaded walk. Mikey Navarrete in for Drew Earhart, touches home, and it's 5-4 Tampa.
And it looks like they will be making a pitch and change.
Well, he's going to have to. Second visit. Mikey Navarrete says, easiest run I've ever scored. So Tampa takes the lead 5-4. Will still have the bases loaded. And still just 1 out.
Nothing like showing up to the ballpark, coming in late in the game, getting walked home, and
we'll see who's coming in for Lynn. You've got the pitching stats, I believe.
I do. Which I think I must have looked over there.
Coming in is that 21?
We're waiting on a number, folks.
Thinking it's Chris Mormile.
They don't have numbers on the front of their jerseys, so we're still the few Knights pitchers with 20 numbers.
It's actually more Millie, I should say. Turnaround, son. There we go. 23.
Oh,
Not
we're
even
both
right.
wrong. Kendrick Pico, senior pitcher, has 4 appearances on the year. His record is 1-0. He has 7 innings pitched, 9 hits, 6 runs, 6 earned, 3 walks, 3 strikeouts. His strikeout per 9 is 3.86. He's given up 3 home runs on the year, and his ERA at the time currently stands at 7.71.
Spartans are making another change at the runner on third base. Lyons is out, and Carlos Salaveria is taking his place and will go out into, more than likely, left field for the next inning. J.D. Urso at the plate now with a chance to give the Spartans a bigger lead. It's 5-4 now, Tampa. Tampa scoring for the first time since the third inning. Matter of fact, these are the first runs since the third inning, when Tampa battled back from a 4-2 deficit. Urso looks at a strike. So Salaveria on third, Malcolm on second, and Danny Sullivan on first.
If you're Mr. Pico, you're coming in a bases loaded situation. You're just trying to minimize damage as much as you can.
Just missed the corner.
Both bullpens for both the Spartans and the Knights are up and active. We got 2 in the right field bullpen and 1 in the left field bullpen.
A long look by Pico. Now he sets. Urso tried to bend it into the zone. Urso didn't bite. 2-1. Spartan pitcher in the bullpen just kind of playing catch, not hustling to get any pitches in.
It looks like the umpire and the Knights coach seem to be talking because he keeps looking over there. He was explaining that it was just a bit too outside. Or inside, I should say.
Urso waits, fouls it off.
If you're walking back to your dorm, heads up, you might have a baseball coming your way.
Two on the way. And Urso is rung up for the second out. That looked like a pretty good pitch. So Luke McDonald will see if he can get another run across for Tampa. Spartans did push 1 run across on a bases-loaded walk, actually back-to-back walks by Martinez, gave the Spartans the lead. The last one to Dan Sullivan with the bases loaded. Made the pitching change, and Pico is in now. First batter he got, a strikeout. Good stop by Avino.
He's got a pretty teal glove on. I believe that's a Wilson A200.
That's the glove of choice from many big leaguers.
They just do it so well.
Or wannabe big leaguers.
It's between them and Rawlings, honestly, top 2 gloves in my opinion. There is a company coming through the majors, Tater Baseball Gloves. They're pretty good. Other than having a similar name to me, they're slowly popularizing the MLB.
A little bit inside and low.
He is not calling that inside bottom corner at all. At least he's consistent.
Two-0 pitch. 3-0. And we'll say it again, nowhere to put him with 3 balls and no strikes. The pitch. And it's ball 4. I was waiting on that one. I thought it looked like it had a chance, but it's a ball 4, 4 pitches. Spartans lead 6-4. Salaveria touches home. And the bases remain loaded. We go to the number 9 hitter, Jose Cadenas. Malcolm on third. Sullivan on second.
And a single through
Donald.
My bad. And a single through either gap will expand this lead that the Spartans seem to be carrying here in the bottom of the 7th.
Cadenas, one official at bat, he struck out. Otherwise, he's walked and was hitting the shoulder his last time up.
Who's on third? What's on second?
Who's on third?
Nice off-speed pitch for a strike. You can see the shadow has crept over home plate now and is inching its way toward the mound. Now is the time where the players, especially in center, even left field, it's a tough play. Anything hit up in the air, they're going to have to shade their eyes. And also watch the pitcher when they throw the ball back. Ground ball foul. Pico in the stretch. Cadenas waits. That one's hit out into center field. Coming in, it's going to fall. 1 run will score. Here comes the second one. He's going to score. Nowhere to throw, so they just get it into second to minimize the damage. Spartans lead 8-4.
Just as I predicted, 1 single brings in 2 guys, and Spartans lead by 4 runs.
That one had just enough oomph to get over the second baseman, but not too much that it was going to make it out to center field to Krasinski.
That's the only disadvantage, I would say, to playing these outfielders back like they've been doing all day, is a ball like that creeps on through and Spartans take the lead.
He's not that far deep. Left field's been playing way deep, no matter if it's lefty or righty. This is Winkelmeyer.
Trying. There you go. Maybe 7 4.
Folks, if you're watching the broadcast, we're trying to get this, and it's updated. Perfect.
What's the count? 1 out.
Pitch from Pico. Winkelmeyer gets one out towards center field. Krasinski coming in with 2 outs, makes the catch to end the inning. Spartans do some damage, come up with 4 runs, and have taken an 8-4 lead as we head to the top of the 8th inning right here on TampaSpartans.tv. It.
Navarrete.
Number 32, Kyle Hornsby.
Inside the 30. Touchdown. Michaela Burgess.
NCAA and its member schools offer nearly 500,000 college athletes a path to go pro in something other than sports. Learn more at ncaa.org/opportunity.
We head to the 8th inning, and the Spartans now with an 8-4 lead. 4 runs, 2 hits last inning. 2 bases loaded walks. Made it 6-4, and then a base hit drove in 2. So the Spartans didn't have to do a heck of a lot of work to get the lead, but then the base hit brought in a couple insurance runs. So 8-4 as we head to the top of the 8th. It will be Payne, Avino, and Encarnacion for Lynn. Though this sure looks like Romeo.
I believe
it's Payne. He's another big player.
It's all good. Watch out, check real quick. We're going to move the wires. We got a lot of wires over here.
Ball inside.
A lot of tall lefties in today's game.
Yeah. Payne, DH in this game. Fouled back. Jordan Leisure on the mound again for the Spartans in his 3rd inning of relief. Has cruised along pretty well. 1 walk, a couple strikeouts. Giving up no hits, no runs.
If the score stays as stands, I believe he's on tap to get the win today.
Yeah, he would, because they took the lead with him on the mound.
But we got enough people over there. I want to say, yeah, okay. Yeah, there's like 5 people in there. Okay.
That was one hit out in the gap. Is it going to fall? Salaveria takes it on 1 hop. And there's the first hit of the day off of Jordan Leisure. Brings up the number 8 hitter in the lineup, the catcher, Avino.
Here's the catcher, Peter Avino.
So Lynn will have to battle back to tighten this one up. They did that earlier in the game. Spartans took a 2-0 lead in the bottom of the 1st, and Lynn put up a 4 spot in the 2nd. Spartans have erased that, and it's now 8-4. Lynn has not scored since the 2nd inning. Strike call. Just outside.
It's funny, as the game goes on and people get back to the dorms, you see all the blinds slowly start to come up.
Yep. Fly ball heading out to Cumbo. Races in, still coming in, and makes the catch.
The shortstop, Joseph Encarnacion.
Encarnacion to the plate now. 1 out, man on first. Number 9 hitter. 2 hits today, scored a run, driven a run in. Check swing. Called strike.
Winkelmeyer and the umpire having that friendly conversation of, are you in front of me? Am I in front of you?
Off-speed pitch just missed. They are not playing Encarnacion to pull. They are shading him to push it. A lot of room down the left field line. There's a ball. There's strike call. 2 balls, 2 strikes. Cecilio on deck. Ground ball. Leisure lets it go out toward second base. Did they get the force? No.
Oh.
Boy, Winkelmeyer with a dive behind the base. Tried to shovel it over to Urso.
Looks like it was off Leisure's leg. The Grove got it.
Yep. Slowed it down enough that it allowed the runner to go. Payne to get from first to second.
Both Winkelmeyer and Urso looks like they believe the call should be something else, but nonetheless, runners on first and second. Close play. We're there at second.
Top of the order, Cecilio. He's got some pop. 9 home runs on the year.
Now, did that hit off his leg, or is he?
It looked like it got slowed down. Yeah.
Maybe caught.
Might have been the mound.
Could have been a pant leg.
Yep. Hitting the hump in the mound might have slowed it down as well, but it definitely was slowed down enough that it allowed the runner to get there. Ground ball. Does it go through? Earhart can't get it. Urso with a nice play. Falls down, gets it to Winkelmeyer for the force out. 2 outs now. Runners on first and third.
That's a big-time play because now the bases were loaded and down 4. Anything's possible. So,
and I shouldn't have said Earhart, as it was Navarrete tried to make the play at third. It got through him. Urso got it. Made the throw. Winkelmeyer quickly over to cover. Kruzinski now, the center fielder. Number 2 in the order. Ball inside. This is just the first game of a doubleheader.
Second game of today's game will only be 7 innings.
7 innings at about 30 minutes after the conclusion of the first game.
Give some people time to eat, go to the bathroom, do what they got to do.
I tell you, these games take long. I mean, we're on the 3-hour mark in 2 minutes. And it's like, how long would these games be if it was like really televised with commercial breaks and all that stuff?
It's a long time.
Not sure why. There's been a lot of hits today, a lot of action, a lot of pitches thrown. We've got a lot of walks, number of bases loaded walks. The Spartans started the game by walking the first 2 batters in the first and second inning. So a lot of pitches thrown.
Almost combined today, almost over 300 pitches thrown.
Ground ball to Winkelmeyer should get the Spartans out of the inning, and they do with no damage. So big play to keep Lynn from scoring, and it stays 8-4. We go to the bottom of the 8th inning, and the Spartans will send up Cumbo to lead off. 8-4, Tampa leads Lynn. TampaSpartans.tv.
College sports.
There's light at the end of the tunnel.
A return to normal, and all we love about sports.
You've instilled resilience, focus, and selflessness in us. We've put those lessons to work.
We've found strength and unity in each other.
You continue to take us places we never imagined.
You bring out the best in us.
So when we look forward, we see the light at the end of the tunnel.
We see a better world for all of us and for college sports.
Being a champion takes more than skill, more than endless drills, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the heart to give it your all, the agility to thrive from any angle, and the relentless drive to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Being a champion takes more than talent, more than the perfect pass, more than using your head. Being a champion takes the spirit to always push harder, the ability to overcome any hurdle, and the fire to be the best. Welcome to Division 2, where the pursuit is yours to create, and the question isn't, can you do it? It's will you?
Bottom of the 8th we go. E.J. Cumbo to lead off for Tampa. Got a base hit in 4 at-bats today. Scored a run. I should say he strikeout, did not score a run. Came in the leading hitter for Tampa at 412. And there's a base hit.
Another base hit.
So he's had a 5-for-2 day, 2-for-5 day, I should say. You know, you're a 412 hitter, and you have a 2-for-5 day. You've lowered your batting average. That's only 400.
He's on fire right now. I'll tell you that.
Leads the Spartans with home runs on the year with 5. So he's hitting one about every other game. So that means he'll hit one in the doubleheader, second game of the doubleheader.
So actually, Leisure and Martinez should be there.
Mikey Navarrete, ground ball. That's going to be tough.
Hit and run.
Yeah, moves him across.
Almost had it working.
That will not go down as a sacrifice because he was swinging away. But he does advance the runner.
That almost worked beautifully as the second baseman was ranging over to try to get the bag. And
earlier in the game, in a closer game, Joe Urso might have bunted him over. Salaveria with his first at-bat, though he did end up on third base and score as a pinch runner last inning.
Good cut.
Salaveria, this is his 12th game of the year, has just 6 plate appearances, scored 3 runs, looking for that first hit. Here's the time to do it. You'll drive in a run. Nice stop by Avino. Runners don't move.
Good move by Cumbo to stay put.
John Malcolm on deck, hoping he gets a step to the plate this inning. Needs Salaveria to get on somehow.
Pick off the second.
Cumbo saw it, got back in time.
I almost wanted to say back. There's something about when you play baseball, you get taught some stuff, it just becomes second nature.
Off speed, call strike.
The Lynn Knights have an interesting way of doing it, though, because usually the shortstop would cut in to do it, but they have the second baseman moving over to cut in. Now, it may be because there's a righty at the bat, but...
When the second baseman does it, it allows the base runner to see him out of his peripheral vision a little more, whereas if it's the shortstop, you really can't see him, potentially until it's too late. You wait for your teammates to help you out. Ground ball, ooh, rip foul.
On those pickoff moves, I was always coached that if your shortstop cuts in, don't even think about going back to the bag, just go, because he has to turn his whole body and then throw. Second baseman just has to pop up and just go forward with it. So...
1-2 pitch on the way. Off speed, call strike 3.
See, that's a little annoying for me personally because he hasn't been calling that at all day and decided to call on that one. But
2 down.
Nonetheless.
John Malcolm at the plate now. I erroneously thought there were 2 down when he was batting here. So Malcolm was going to come up unless there was a double play.
Malcolm at the bat, Sullivan on deck.
Malcolm's had a big day for the Spartans. There's a nice stop by Avino.
Usually these lefties get some help from the wind here at the field, but as of right now, it doesn't seem to be really going anywhere.
It was blowing in from left field or from right field when I walked in.
Right field, I should say.
Ground ball heading toward second base. Nice play to end the inning. So Murray made the stop, threw it to Romeo, who made a nice scoop out of the dirt. Keeps the Spartans from scoring, but the Spartans still hold on to an 8-4 lead. We head to the top of the ninth. Last chance for the Fighting Knights. 8-4, Tampa leads. TampaSpartans.tv. Leisure has thrown.
What do you get when you take your favorite food and stuff it inside a pocket of homemade dough? Cooked perfectly until golden brown. It's a mouth-watering empanada from Mr. Empanada. No one makes a better empanada. Take Ted Webb's word for it.
Almost as good as my mom used to make.
Check out our website for a location near you, MrEmpanada.com.
I don't think there's pitch count rules. The league, they've got pitch count rules.
It's not about any one thing. It's about how everything comes together, how it all connects. People, ideas, resources, community, everything. Quality of life services.
So Murray to the plate. Lynn down to its last at bat in an 8-4 game, fouls it back.
It was ready, almost caught that.
Jordan Leisure on the mound for the Spartans. 3 solid innings of relief to this point. He came in the 6th. He will be the pitcher of record in this game. Whoa, ducks out of the way. Heater will be the pitcher of record for Lynn. I'm pretty sure they took the lead.
With Leisure on the mound.
With Heater on the mound for Lynn. Went upstairs for that one, fouled it back, or tipped it into McDonald's mitt.
I can't imagine being the catcher of the umpire right now. He must be sweating bullets.
This isn't even hot compared to what you'll see later in the year. And quick strikeout for Leisure. That is his 3rd of the game. That'll boost his team leading total to 33 on the year.
Speaking of other ways to change the game of baseball, that's one thing they said they might get rid of is them throwing around after a strike third to try to speed up the pace of play. But
you know what? I was just noticing that, and that
doesn't really.
By the time they were done, Forchik had just gotten into the batter's box.
Yeah,
I don't think it
changes anything.
It really makes any difference. That's one that would be inconsequential to the game and speeding it up or not.
Exactly.
You throw it back to the pitcher, and he just stands there and waits for the batter to get in the box.
Yeah.
Fouled back. Outside. I can now see 5 scouts down there. Guy just sat down. I'm not sure who it was before. Blue shirt said KC.
If you see a Nike hat or the golf tiltist hat, more than likely that
one of the scouts, gray stripes, had a Boston Red Sox logo on his bag, so I assume that was a giveaway.
It's funny, they try to hide, and we've talked about this before, but they don't look stand
like
out so much.
Normal people who would show up at a college baseball game.
No, none
and sit right behind home plate with radar guns.
With radar guns. And 3 notebooks.
But that tells you that they're looking at Jordan Leisure, and they like what they're seeing, that they want to get some info on him, get some numbers.
That's the cool thing about baseball. Sometimes they show up for someone else. You perform well, they'll write your name down and make note of it.
Swing and a miss, 2 down. And they've got to like what they're seeing out of Jordan. I think you mentioned at one point they said 95 on the fastball. And he's also now has 5 strikeouts.
I wouldn't mind if Leisure came and pitched for the Braves. The Braves are in great need of mid-reliever help.
Alfonso to the plate. Last hope for the Lynn Fighting Knights. Tampa up 8-4 here. 2 outs, top of the 9th. Popped up, out of play. Tampa hoping to go 11-2 on the year, 10-1 in Sunshine State Conference play. Ground ball, Urso backhands it, measures the throw, ball game.
Spartans win, Spartans win, Spartans win.
Tampa with the 8-4 win. For Tampa, 8 runs, 12 hits, no errors. Lynn, 4 runs, 6 hits, 2 errors. As I said, Tampa now is 11-2 on the year, and they are 10-1 in Sunshine State Conference play. Lynn falls to 9-14 on the year, 5-11 in Sunshine State Conference play. That's the first game of our doubleheader. Jordan Leisure gets the win for Tampa, and Heater will take the loss for Lynn. Second game, game 2, coming up at about 30 minutes. They seem to go a little longer than that most of the time, but Tampa gets the win. We're going to step out. Thanks for joining us. Come back for game 2.
Thanks, y'all.
Right here on TampaSpartans.tv.